Bum bum. And we're live, I guess. Maybe. Possibly. Probably. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Oh my god. I'm nervous. Hello. Hello. I'm so back. We're so back. Never back down. Never what? Never give up. You. I'm so nervous. What the heck? I forgot how to stream for this month and I didn't stream. That's so annoying, actually. Losing skills like this are so annoying. Why wouldn't I just have it? Why isn't it like natural for me to just go here and start talking about nothing and everything at the same time? Uh, Oh shit! Hold on. Freak. I need to go do something real quick. Hold on, hello, I'll be right back like in a second. I'm back. Hello. A lot of things happened for the month that I was out. A lot of things. I got sick, mentally and physically, and then I got healthy again. And now I'm more or less healthy. But not for long, probably. It's really cold here, and I'm really freezing. Frick, I am really nervous. What the hell? Why am I so nervous? I don't like being nervous on streams. It makes me not want to come back and do it again. Probably it's gonna be better if I just go and play the game, but I kind of want to talk a little bit. So the main thing that is happening pretty soon is that I did a brush up for my model, but I did not finish it. It's not active yet. So brush up for my model is kind of coming next week, probably. I was working on it for the last 2 weeks, and it's one of the things that in my to-do list for 2023, which has a lot of things. The next 2 months gonna be really busy for me in terms of like personal project and working and shit that I like, which is awesome, actually, which is really awesome. I should not play a game on the background, I'm sorry. Do I have anything else to tell you? I don't know. Probably not. I kind of want to talk, but I'm too nervous to actually get my mindset of things. So let's just, oh fuck. Let's just get back to the game. Do you think we can finish it this month? I mean, this year? We have 3 months. Maybe we can. It's really long and we're only on the 2nd episode? Can I remember what happened last time? Last time, a lot of people were killed in a really gruesome fashion. Let's go in the safe. In a really gruesome fashion. 4th of September. A month ago. A month and 6 days ago. I love it. Our exposed models. It's awesome. So a lot of people were killed in a gruesome fashion in a cathedral that we were introduced in this chapter. And they were like killed and gutted out, and presumably it was done by Beatrice, but we don't really know. Oh, and also it was revealed that Canon Shannon has magical powers, right? Oh, and also that Canon has the feelings for Jessica. This was part of the story. Oh my god, I don't remember any voices that I did before. Well, that's gonna end well. Okay. Who's alive? So kids. Oh, how's Maria this run? Is she sane? I don't remember. Oh, she's sane. Also this chapter we got a flashback with Rosa and Maria. Oh, it wasn't flashback. It was like prelude to the main chapter. I remember that. Oh, and Beatrice is one of the people that are visiting house. Right? I have troubles remembering a lot of things from this game. And like remembering things in general. Hold on, I need to close the curtains a second. Okay. Oh, oops. Yeah, now it's good. Now it's good. Oh, I also moved my mic. Did I tell you that? I moved my mic. Now it's closer to my face, which is good, which is better. And it's closer to my face and it doesn't fucked up the capture, which is amazing. I'm sorry I bumped my hands onto the mic. Everything is rushed, but you know, it is what it is. Let's just go to the game. Oh, every servant is alive. Did Shannon and Conan died? I don't remember. I actually don't remember what we read like last. I feel like it was Jessica and Conan scene, maybe? Possibly? Maybe not. Episode 2, Chapter 11, New Rule. Chapter 11? We're pretty close to the end of episode 2, right? At least it seems like I read the most better half of it. Shirame Kingdom. I see. So it has begun. Oh, you know what? I also have to wanted to put a VODs of a umineko stream on YouTube, but I couldn't because I couldn't montage them into like watchable format for some reason. I mean, not for some reason, because I wanted to, because I like videos that are long, and I like when VODs are like really long, so it's comfy to watch and you kind of not lose the track of what you're doing. And I hate when people post videos on YouTube that are like 40 minutes and it's kind of let's play type of format. I hate let's plays. So I wanted to cut it into like 9-10 hours long videos, which needs a lot of memory on your PC that I don't have, unfortunately. I have like right now overall on my PC I have like 40 gigabytes free. It's so little. And I also was playing a lot of games this month. Like a lot of games. I mean, not that much, but comparatively to last month, I played much more games. And all the games are so large in format. I feel kind of dumb talking. I don't know why. It's fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine like tomorrow or day after it. It's going to be fine. Today I just need to bear with it. Let's just read. It's gonna be fine when I read. Oh, and what's coming on YouTube when I put a memory that I brought in my PC, maybe like in November or something. So that's coming probably. Rena Genji. Yes. Oh, I forgot Shannon's voice. I forgot everybody's voice. Even though Kinzo had heard of his 6 deaths, his emotion did not waver. The expression on his face as he gazed out of the window was a smile, although his opponent in the chess game has been made a spectacular move. It was unimaginable that... Hello... It was unimaginable that this expression could appear on a father who had lost many children at once. Under Rosa-sama's order, Gora and Kanan are calling the police. Also, she has ordered us to follow your orders, my lord. What shall we do? This island has already been cut off from the real world. Phones and alike will be useless. Should I have them stop? Until the roulette is finished, what they do to pass time is up to them. Let them do as they like. Yes. What should I tell Rasa-sama? I feel like it was high-pitched voice that I did for Shannon. I say again, what they do to pass the time, it's up to them. They can sing if they want and dance if they want. They're even free to hang themselves in the neck or jump to a boiling cauldron, okay? Until 13 people die, they can spend their time as they like. If they are bored, then they can spend their time wondering why 6 times 9 is 42. Is this? Oh, it is. For some reason I couldn't convert English words into numbers. That's the answer of the mystery of man and the universe. Yes, my apologies. Shannon cowered in fright at the sudden rage. Genji made a gesture as though telling her not to say too much. Shannon couldn't help but regret speaking out of turn. However, you are also free to do as you wish. Genji and Shannon, you have done well serving me until today. Your words are too good for me, but, we of furniture have sworn to serve you, my lord. At all times, we'll be waiting by your side, until the very end. Reading is hard. I want to tell the two of you about everything. Shannon, I shall be writing a will. Please copy what I say. Ooh. Genji, please, my usual drink. Huh, yes. Nanji had often recommended that Kinzo write a will because of his health, but each time Kinzo has gone mad with rage. Since that time, will has been the word Kinzo took up most exception at. Because the word has come out of his mouth, Shannon couldn't help doubting her ears for an instant. Shannon hurriedly prepared the side table and some writing papers. Genji also began preparing his usual green devil, just as he was ordered. I'm ready. Where should I start from? I suppose I could also speak of my life. It would be fun to leave a record of my memorable games. It truly is fun to read the record of old games from a century ago, a journey searching for those players' thoughts. Then, will the score sheets of my life also beckon those in the future to go on a journey searching for my thoughts? For a while, Kinzo considered where he should start speaking from, striding all around the room with his hands behind his back. My lord, here. Good. Thank you, my friend. Well done. If I am to speak of my life, I must begin writing from when I met the witch. Shannon, copy this. My meeting with Beatrice took place a long way back. What year of Showa era was it? I think it was toward the end of a war. Is he gonna say something new, or is he gonna repeat something that we already know? Okay, he repeated something that we already knew. Okay. We took enough time to regain all calm, and we each swore to our parents that we'd definitely catch the killer. It would be a lie to say we weren't still better. Even now, if we gave in just a little, we'd feel like going on a rampage like Jessica and resorting to some kind of violence. Where is Jessica? According to what Gora-san said after he got back right now, Kanen-kun was looking after Jessica. Okay. Apparently, she was still very emotionally high-strung. Rose's voice? I see. Thank you. Maybe a young kid would be better at understanding a young kid's feelings. It would probably be better if we left them alone for now. Rosa-san, there is nothing more we can accomplish by remaining here. The telephone may not be working, but tomorrow the boat will come and we should be able to reach the police. We should leave this place as it is for the police investigation. I agree with Dr. Nancha. It is bad for your health to stay in a place like this for too long. Let us return and make some black tea. Yes, I'm all for that too. Butler-kun, George-kun, are you ready? Let's close this place up. We should leave this place as it is for when the police comes, if nothing else. You're right. Butler-kun, are you alright? Yeah. I've cried all I can. I'm fine now. The police would surely find some evidence from a throughout investigation, but we hadn't been adult enough to wait for that. I had investigated the chapel in my own way, trying to catch the culprit before the police got here. And what I figured out was, frustratingly, nothing. I hadn't been able to find a single hint. I can taste my accent in my mouth for some reason. It's weird. Come on, let's go out. Maria, we're going. Don't keep staring at it. Oh. Come, Maria-sama. Let us return. It's cold here. Mother, father, thank you for everything. I will definitely become a man who doesn't betray your expectations. George spoke his last words of farewell to his parents. After seeing that, Butler followed suit. Dad, Kiri-san, taken on their own their faces, but it looked like they were sleeping, which made it all more bitter. Forgive me for leaving you at such a chilly place. Ooh, new sprite. I'll definitely get whoever did this. Definitely. Ooh. It was on the door, right? Did they not notice it before? What is this? What's disgusting graffiti? Did the killer draw it? Wasn't it the same symbol on a table? I don't remember. It's worse than vulgar. This is horrible. When the door to the chapter was closed, we'll learn about that creepy graffiti for the first time. Ooh, okay. It was like this when we found it. No doubt it was drawn by the culprit. The culprit was a witch, so it's this magic circle to summon a demon or something? This is the seventh magic circle of the sun. You don't even know that, huh? Ouch! Hey, don't I always tell you not to make this creepy laugh? Maria, go on. What does it mean? It's a magic circle to escape from physical or mental bounds. And the Hebrew written around the circumference says, "The Lord has freed me from my chains. I will offer to you the sacrifice of thanksgiving and will call on the name of the Lord." I don't remember Maria's voice. It was really high-pitched, like childlike voice, but I don't think I'm doing it right. Sacrifice of thanksgiving. Are you telling me that killing father and rest was so that could be sacrificed for the magic circle? Calm yourself, George-kun. This is a killer trying to provoke us. It doesn't mean anything. Just thinking about it poisons the heart. It can mean a lot of things, actually, but you know. It may be like a motive or something. And there is some English written. Happy Halloween for Maria. I see. And the key to open this door was handed over to Maria. Is that it is? But this is the chapel. Maybe Maya doesn't mean Maya-chan, but the Virgin Mary. Ooh. In this case, you could read this as a blasphemy against God in the name of a Halloween. Oh, so no mean, Aldroza? That's a lot of mean in my taste. They say that witches who make contacts with demons swear to always defy God's name. In that sense, this really is a witch-like crime. You sure know a lot. Did you hear that from Maria? Yeah, something like that. Suspicion. So, the chapel. They went to all the trouble of calling them out to the chapel before killing them. Auntie Rosa, does the chapel have some special meaning? What do you mean, special meaning? Well, They carried 6 human corpses all the way over here and made these elaborate decorations. We weren't told whether she called the 6 of them over here before killing them, or whether she killed them and then carried them over here, but either way, it would have taken a lot of effort. What reason did the culprit have for wanting 6 people to die here? Yeah, that is something. In doing something that elaborate, there would be an extremely high chance that the police came, some disadvantageous evidence would be found. There is no way the culprit failed to notice that. Then, why did the culprit go to all the effort of doing this? Is the question we face. In that case, there is one question that comes out at this point. What meaning does this place where we found the six corpses have? This chapel was important to Father. I've been strictly told not to enter since I was a kid. I came here once too, got yelled at a lot. An important chapel. Does it have some sort of connection to the Shramia main family? I don't know. Father viewed this chapel as very sacred, and he trusted it so much that he had it redecorated several times. Do you think chapel like this would have a lot of, like, tunnels or something like that? Or secret chambers? Because when I look at this, I'm, like, feeling that there is some, like, altar above it. Fuck. Under it is the word. Oh, talking is hard. Decorated several times, but as you all know, Father simply has a love of black magic. It's not that he was a devoted believer. I've never heard of him coming here to offer his prayers to God. It's actually really odd. Is this my bias? Because I feel like it's kind of odd to have like traditional okay, they're not really traditional Japanese family, but they seem to have traditional worldview, and there are Japanese, so having like Catholic church in the middle of the island is kind of weird. I've never heard of him coming here to offer his prayers to God. Even to the best of my knowledge, the master has never come here. We will call this Forbidden Chapel, and though the thought of it was quite eerie, like a haunted house. Even though Father never approached it himself, for some reason he made the servants clean it several times a year. It felt like he kept it clean all the time so that it could be used at any time. And even so, it's called a Forbidden Chapel. This may be indiscreet, but doesn't it have an interesting ring to it? Dr. Nancha, you're an old friend of Grandfather's, right? Even us ever asked him anything about it? I asked about it long ago, but I forget what he said to evade the issue. That's right, didn't you say something like this? Someday, he too might be able to receive a blessing here. But unless a miracle occurred, the day would never have come. Is this chapel to Mary Beatrice? What? No way. Or This would be so weird. Hold on. Let me move myself a little bit. Much better? What does it mean? What goes on in a chapel? He couldn't mean his own funeral, right? I wouldn't believe that of Kinza-san. He was a man much more focused on now while he still lives rather than thinks after death. However, it does seem that this was the root of all the complexity in the inheritance problem. What else is there you to do in a chapel? Pray? Aren't confessions done in a chapel as well? Anyway, it sounds suspicious. It does. I don't know the reason, but just as Dr. Nanja said, it seems that it grandfather's eyes. The fact that he wouldn't receive a blessing unless a miracle occurred was a fate set in stone from the time this chapel was constructed. How can you tell that? See, it's clearly written up here. Look, Up there. Judge Anki pointed to a relief? Real life? Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. It's Bing time. Bing? I know what this word means, but I can't pronounce it. Relief? Real life? Pronunciation. Oh, it's still Google. They're not gonna just do it. UK, US. Looks the same.
Relief.
Relief? No, it's relief. Did I spell this wrong? This word wrong? No. Relief? Really? Really?
Relief.
Relief.
Relief. Doesn't seem right, right? It's not relief. It's not like relief. It's architectural thingy. Whatever. Judge Henke pointed to a relief with rusted gold letters on the arc above the door. And nobody would, they would probably notice it, but they wouldn't like pay attention in text about it separately. It looked like some messages was written here in English. The rust showed that message had been here since construction. I'm bad at English. What does it say? Yeah, me too. What does it say? This door is opened only at probability of... Sorry, my English sucks. So true? Relatable? I gave up after I was unable to finish reading the first of the 2 lines. It looked like the others could read it properly. Yeah, read it for me, please. I think it went MBTQ, so... How big was that again? I think... what? Marriage? What? Okay, maybe it's not marriage. In any case, this is... incredible. You couldn't even count close to... What? You couldn't even count close to that with all the fingers on both hands. It really would be impossible unless a miracle occurred. What? Certainly. It is very much like how Kinzo-san used to talk when he would tend to relate anything in terms of gambling. What are you talking about? What? You could all read it? Someone tell me what it means too! At least learn English. How did you get into high school without even being able to read this much? Ouch! 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 This was bad. Mind your own damn business. So, what's written here? Roughly it says, this door is open only when a miracle occurs. You will be blessed only when a miracle occurs. Okay, it doesn't say anything new to us. Grandfather sorcery is based on astronomically raw probabilities. In other words, the miracles that would open this door would probably require an incredibly vast magical power. Huh? Is this a door to Golden Land? Why the fuck would it be in the chapel? This is weird. This is a weird plot point. Would probably require an incredibly vast magical power. Yeah. Oh, it was Maria's voice. Ouch! Nice. You can shut up now. Auntie Rosa, you were sending Maria to English classes? I guess it's true, you have to start learning English when you are young. The Forbidden Chapel. Whether or not the witch Beatrice really was a witch, she's whispered to have actually existed several decades ago and being Grandfather's mistress. This is just my imagination, but I imagine that Master really did truly love Beatrice-sama. However, he was already married, so they couldn't be united. I see. If the dead Beatrice could be revived with the magic of a miracle, then now that Grandmother is dead, he could marry her with his head held high. And he'd marry her in this chapel. Could it be a fairy tale story like that? I don't think that sounds so preposterous. It is a well-known fact that Father still loved Beatrice deeply. Also, even though it said it was creepy, I get the feeling that the interior of the chapel was quite magnificent. The thought of a father built this chapel in the hopes of having a wedding with his dead mistress actually might not be that unlikely. Kinda crazy, to be fair. This is actually crazy. If none of the magical elements were connected to the story, just this plot point stripped out of all magic would be like insane. It would be like so fucked up. And kinda cool. Kinda cool. It's so fucked up. By the time he built his chapel, grandfather probably knew that he would never use it as a church as long as he lived. But he prayed for the witch to be revived by some miracle, and he thought that if that miracle occurred, they could be married here. I see. If you think of it that way, that would be a place of utmost significance to Beatrice-sama's as well. All the while knowing it was a chapel that would never be opened. A story of sad love. Even though Goda-san's body was even bigger than mine, his words were touching. Everyone was silent, but it seems that they agreed with this view. Even though he knew it was chapel never to be opened, he still probably dreamed of the day that the miracle would occur. He's so delusional. Gotta respect this. Hinza-san was a great romantic in his younger days. I feel as though I understand him. I wonder. But you all came in 4 times a year to clean it, right? What do you mean, never opened? Didn't we just go in ourselves? So it wasn't a miracle or anything. We brought the key, clunk, and we're in. That's all that happened. This is ridiculous. Huh? What? Wait. What on earth? What do you mean, what on earth? I thought all I've done was mess around because I didn't like the way the atmosphere has turned all sappy, but Auntie Rosa has suddenly jumped on me with a really serious face. Auntie Rosa's face grew increasingly pale. She looked at the magic circle on the door, then at her hand, back and forth, back and forth. What seems to be the matter, Rosa-sama? Hey, Goda-san! The key to this chapel! Didn't Genji-san say it? He said there was only one. Huh? It took you all far too long to notice. What? I can't do this voice. Now it's like turned out to be so high-pitched and my voice just cracks. What the hell? It took you all far too... No. It's just some gremlin voice. What was the voice I was doing for her? Okay, my homework is to go back and check out and remember her voice. Like, this stream we need to struggle a little bit. Okay? Let me write it down. Forget it. Rewatch... How's Maria know about... How's Maria on this locked room murder mystery type of shit? Wait, what? Why is I'm recording my stream only 7 minutes in, but my stream is live for half an hour? Excuse me? Did you forget to record my stream from the beginning? Okay, whatever. Rewatch what for Maria voice. Okay, done. When a kid pulls a prank, it sometimes goes unnoticed by the adult, and the kid who did it loses heart. If one of those pranks catches someone later on, it makes the kid really happy. Maria's revelation just now looked like that. Yes, that's right. There is only one of those keys. It is the key to the Master Treasure Chapel, so there is only one, with no duplicates. It is normally kept safe in the key box in the servant's room, but... That's right. And Genji-san said that it had gone missing. Someone stole it, put it in an envelope, and handed it to Maria. And that was yesterday. What? Wait, but then that makes no sense, doesn't it? That's absurd. This is getting strange. What do you all mean? I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Me neither. Would someone be so kind as to explain it to us? Got a nudge of failure to understand definitely wasn't because they were stupid. They didn't know. What do you mean they didn't know? What are we talking about? I'm kinda not catching up myself. They didn't know how long the only key to the chapel has been in Maria's hands. Oh, so it was presumably here from yesterday, when she was handed the envelope, right? So the killer couldn't get into the chapel, presumably. But they probably could, like it's a chapel. They could go through the like window from the other side. Or maybe there is basement. You know how there is outside way to the basement in some buildings? Maybe it's something like that. They went to the basement, and through the basement they went to the chapel. Easy breezy. I'm positive. It was locked. I unlocked it. Definitely. Auntie Rosa kept closing the chapel door, rocking it, pulling on it to check the lock and open it again. Her face has become pale again. Until I took the key out of Maria's envelope and opened this door, it was definitely locked. But this key was in the envelope and in Maria's care. And that happened yesterday before noon. What did you say? But that's strange. Yeah, it is. Maria received the only key from a woman calling herself a witch midday yesterday. In other words, from midday yesterday until this morning, Auntie Rosa unlocked the door. This chapel... What? Until this morning, when Auntie Rosa unlocked the door, this chapel was a locked room. How did they get those 6 in here, and then how did they kill them? We had been confused by the 6 deaths. We'd thought that we had figured something out after hearing about the weird magic circle in the history of a chapel. That had been all the worthless problem. From midday yesterday until this morning, this chapel has been a locked room. Was it though? But their parents had been with us until last night. How did the culprit open this door? And how did they lock it? Ooh. Yet again, they could just find another way in and out. And the question of opening and closing the door wouldn't be a question at all. What are you trying to pull? Again? A locked room again? Are you trying to say that you unlocked it with the power of magic? I'm not that stupid. Oh, Beatrice's voice. If you tell me to show how you open locks with my power, then I can show you. But that will not make you surrender. Those explanations with human you talk about. This time, I fully exhaust those theories of yours. Will be the time of my victory. Come now, how will you destroy it? If it was a human, what trick could they use to defeat it, It's just like the rock room last time. Not enough information! It's impossible to reason like that. Any excuse could be made, any trick could work. Guessing is useless. Useless? Ha! That again? That's not enough information, so you'll wait and see? So information is uncertain, so it's impossible to reason? Huh? Those are always the excuses you humans use to stop thinking. I really don't think so, Beatrice, but okay. What is this pretense, you lowly human? Are you saying that unless you're like... What? Unless you like Laplace's demon, you can't even think, you incompetent fool? And you speak as though a lack of information is disadvantageous to you, when it's actually the complete opposite, you see? The more information you're given, the more it will pain you. It will only cause the strength of a compressor squeezing your to increase. Huh, well, in that case, let me say this. It's impossible to verify what this is even a locked room in the first place. If we're talking about demons, I've got one for you as well. Is it possible to prove that this isn't a locked room? You have to show how someone could go in and out. But it's impossible to prove that it is a locked room. You can't deny the endless set of methods of getting in. In other words, this is one of those devil's proofs. The definition of a... Hello, how's the murders going? Not well, not well. Kinda dumb, but kinda fun. Pretty good. Not well for Butler, pretty good and fun and entertaining for me. That's what I say. The definition of a lock room is in fact impossible to prove. So, after you stop thinking with a lack of information as an excuse, this is what comes next. Oh well. If that is your move, then I'll accept it. Continue. First off, it looked like you're trying to say that this chapel is a locked room. Just a short while ago, I spent some time looking around in here, and yeah, I really couldn't find any way in and out except for the door. But that just means I couldn't find one. It doesn't prove that it was a locked room. Is this episode 2? It is. If there was a hidden door or something that I wasn't able to find, all your premises are completely blown away. In other words, whether I'm able to find a hidden door or not, you can never deny the method X by which the locked room could be entered. And this method X could be carried out without magic. After all, it's a hidden door. I'm sure that in this chapel there is some hidden door that's impossible to find. So I don't even need to start guessing, and I can say that magic is impossible. So, to use that reasoning, how naive. An expected move. Let me make my move in response. I have always thought the locked rooms that feature in voiceless human detective novels to be ridiculous. How the fuck you know about human detective novels? Why? Because they're used the wrong way. When a locked room appears in a detective novel, do you really think it's a locked room? You don't, do you? What trick did they use to make this look like a locked room? That's what you think. In other words, out of all of the locked room murders humanity can build up over hundreds of years, not a single one has been made complete. Eh? Oh, that's some talk. Mystery fans are pretty scary, you know? Christie's probably grinning her teeth in her grave. But I am different. She built different. I have given birth to a true locked room. And I can demonstrate that. Why? Because I'm a witch. For the devil's proof, all you have to do is bring along a devil to prove it, right? Well, that's convenient. As a witch, devils and demons are my good friends. I'll bring as many as you like. Sounds great! Dead and the rest entered the chapel using the hidden door or were carried in through one. Oh. I forgot about them. I forgot about them completely. Holy shit, how the fuck did they come in and out? Yeah, that's actually a good question. How do you plan to beat this move? With this, regardless of whether they were alive or dead, the six definitely enters through the door. Eh? She's insane. What does it mean? What? They entered. Okay. Through the main door? What? Huh? Thomas. The door was locked. How'd they do it? She said through the door, but she didn't say through which one specifically. That's the kick. I opened it with magic and invented them inside. Like hell you did. I can't accept magic, so there's no way in hell I'll accept that. You're lying. The door can be opened with some trick. Or maybe there is a hidden door. I won't accept any other way. Oops. Fuck. Sorry. I get choked by water. I'm sorry. I have you played Higurashi before, by the way? Yeah, I did. I played it, and I played almost everything, unless... Fuck. Except for the ending. I didn't play the ending, but I kinda guessed how it ended. Perpetual. That's what we call an endless repetition of moves in chess. Are they gonna introduce red text here? I'm waiting for the red text. For some reason, I know that red text is going to be here. In our game, both sides deny the basis of each other claims and fail to advance the discussion in the same as an endless repetition of moves. In most games, this would be decided as a draw, but that would terribly dampen the interest of this game. We will have no draws. In short, you will either accept me and submit to me, or not. Kinda hot. At least I agree with you here. We'll settle this without fail, just as you wish. That disposition is good. So, I had thought. I think I'll add a new rule to the game between you and me. A new rule? I'll bet it's a rule that I'll give you an advantage, right? Would I do that? I'll give you the thing that people like you never kiss to demand. The reason you incompetent fools always stop thinking and then moan about it is lack of information. If you are then given information, you stop doubting whether the information is true or not by denying the basis. Aren't those convenient? What cleverly the words you hide your own incompetence. I shall eliminate those convenient excuses. You should thank me. You said it enters through the door and I denied it, saying that couldn't happen. Are you saying that's an evasive answer? That's right. So from now on... Yay! When I speak the truth, I will use red. What is this? Keep explaining. No matter what magic move I use, you can always keep running away by repeating lack of information, denying the basis. Even though I would still win in the end that way, it would be extremely boring. Because of that, I think I'll give you information and basis that you desire. Says the red text is fun. It's really fun. However, you would probably doubt each word I say. That isn't bad in itself. I also will use every possible move to make you submit. I don't dislike our posture of searching out the best moves against each other. But that won't make a game. So I set up this rule. Everything I speak in red is the truth. There's absolutely no need to doubt it. Are you telling me to believe that? This is a game between you and me. I love how she says red text. This is awesome. This is a great part of a game. This is also could be only achieved in like a game like this. Oh my god. How did they present red text in anime? Huh. This is a game between you and me. In a game, the rules are sacred. Those who take them lightly are not qualified to play. Alright, I got it. I accept the rule. Nobody likes the anime. My sister only watched anime and she never read the novel and she's a big fan of an anime. Alright, I got it. I'll accept this rule. Even an elementary school kid can get into an endless argument and find fault with everything. Then let's restart things now and continue when we left off. I'll repeat it again. Dad and the rest entered the chapel using a hidden door or were carried in through one. Then I shall repeat what I said. Regardless of whether they're alive or dead, the six definitely entered through the door. She says through the door. She doesn't say through the main door. Is she gonna say there is no more... Sorry. Is she gonna say there is only one door? Is she gonna specify it next? But she said, regardless of whether they are alive or dead. Is there any proof? Yeah, red text is a proof. Shut up. Stop! I will supplement the rule. When I speak the truth, I will use red. And when I do not bear the responsibility of establishing that by showing proof. It is simply a fact and the truth. The reason is simple. I carry out all of these crimes with magic. So for any impossible crime, all I have to do is wave my magic staff before your eyes. But it wouldn't make a game. It would be like a barbarism of ignoring victory and defeat in a chess game and punching your opponent. Well, that is true. If you were a witch, there'd be no need for you to show proof. This is wacky as fuck. Well, how can I... This is really weird. How can I trust you? This is clearly... Having red text is clearly like rigged in your turn, Beatrice. What's the point? I do not bear responsibility of establishing that by showing proof. I understand they kind of want me to have like red text as a basis and not question it, but even existence of a red text makes it so I would question it. Because what's the point of her actually telling the truth? Well, that's true. If you were a witch, there'll be no need for you to show proof, because you could do anything with magic. That's nasty. What an unfair game. So, shall we resume once more? The 6 people definitely entered through the door. Through the door! Through which door? I unlocked it with magic. Unlocked it with magic is not in a red text. So... there's supposed to be a possibility where... it's not made with magic? Whatever, let's just read. How will you defeat this magic, this locked room? The key! Genji-san and the artist said there were only one key, but that's impossible to prove. The culprit secretly made a duplicate key. Only one key to the chapel exists. Then what about this? The culprit used something other than a legitimate key to open it. I don't know what, but maybe a wire. A tool for picking locks. What is this naive move? It is impossible to unlock the lock to the chapel with anything but the chapel's key. So what I'm getting here is that she didn't say that it was specifically chapel's door in the first one. In this one. The 6 definitely entered through the door. And then she says through the door. But she doesn't say through the chapel. So... and here she separately talks about key and a lock. And here she specifically says the lock. Not the door. It is impossible to unlock the... But yet again, it could be shitty translation. You can't trust English translations. With anything... yeah, they would have fucked up. If it was important, they would have fucked up the translation here, right? Although, it can be opened with the power of magic, of course. Wouldn't you be saying the next sentence in red too, if it was the truth? Something is really wacky here. Then what about this? There is something wrong with the door itself. Even while it was locked, there was some way to pass through it. As to what it is, I can think of a few ways. Maybe like on the big doors into a castle, which have a smaller doors on them, and there is another door here. It's also possible that they remove the hinges and then remove the whole door before entering. Good sound. Is this the intelligence of 100 years of humanity, Butler? I mean, he's like 16. What do you want from him? He's not the smartest person to do this with. If you wanted like a smart person to battle with you, why didn't you use Kinzo? When the door to the chapel is locked, it prevents any and all methods of entry to exit or exit. Okay, my theory is the door was unlocked in the beginning. Regardless of whether they will laugh at that, the 6 definitely enters through the door. Not specified that it's a chapel door. Just a door. And then, only one key to the chapel exists. To the chapel lock, to the chapel door, doesn't specify it here. It is impossible to unlock the lock, not the door, to the chapel with anything but the chapel's key. And here she says, when the door to the chapel is locked. Okay, so this definitely talks about if it's the door needs to be locked or unlocked. When the door to the chapel is locked, it prevents any and all methods of entry or exit. Why can't she establish that there is only one door to the chapel? It's supposed to be, it would be the first thing I would ask. How many doors, how many ways to go into chapel? Oh. It prevents any and all methods of entry or exit. Also, she says exit. That's probably important. So there's probably other methods. So this confirms it has other methods to go in and out. Okay, last time, I'll go through it last time and then we continue. I'm sorry for stalling. It is impossible to unlock the lock to the chapel with anything but the chapel's key. Only one key to the chapel exists. Ask about doors! As long as you can't use magic, of course. It's about time for checkmate? Not even close. You said that the 6 people entered through the door, but you didn't say that it was a front door. Yeah, exactly. They might have entered through another secret door. You talk too much, you confident fool. Then let me advance more on my earlier move. The 6 definitely entered through this front door. Oh, yes, this is last time. This is last time that you're reading all of this. Regardless of whether they alive or dead, the 6 definitely entered through this front door. Only one key to the chapel exists. It is impossible to unlock the lock to the chapel with anything but the chapel's key. Although it can be opened with the power of magic, of course, so that's presumably how she get them in to kill them here. When the door to the chapel is locked, it prevents any and all methods of entry or exit. The question is, does it even have, like, normal life, human solution? Let's screw up. The door was locked. It was impossible to unlock without using a single key, and yet 6 people entered through the door? How did they do it with magic? Magic, you say? Damn it. Have we already exposed the human's limits? Then shout resign. It is customary for the surrendered players to shout that and topple their king. Come on, do you give up? He proclaims your submission and kneel as if topping your king. And then you shall kiss my shoes, Kinky. There is no greater joy than forcing a man like you to lick my shoes. Why is she like this? Damn it. It's no good, no good, no good. So I can't win against the witch? This isn't chess at all. I've just been made to take the losing side in a chess problem. It's impossible to unlock the... Ooh! It's impossible to unlock the lock on the chapel with anything but the chapel's key. But it doesn't say anything about lock the chapel. And it also says specifically the lock, not the door. What's... The wording here is 100% super important, but... Enter through this front door. Unlock. So they didn't... Oh, the answer is just to have a key, LOL. So the 6 people had a key. Yeah. Whatever, let's move on. I'm sorry. This isn't chess at all. I've just been made to take the losing side in a chess problem. It's quibbling about details and getting a draw is the best thing I can do? It definitely will not happen. Either I will surrender or you will surrender. There will be no resolution other than those. I wonder if like psychological manipulation and Beatrice gonna work and she gonna surrender. Not because we are smart, but because we are so sensitive and emotional. I don't know. It's gonna be for sure something about this. What happened to the bravery when you said this would be torture for a boss? Wait. What a letdown. This is quite disappointing. Shiramiya Butler. Oh, she screams in the original here for sure. Damn it, what should I do? What? I can see it. I can see myself facing checkmate. No good. It's no good. All of my head worst moves are nothing more than desperately moving my king, running away from a check. Batara. No matter how many times I move, I can't escape from being checked. So even without waiting for the next several moves, I can see mate in my future. Damn it! After a few more moves, I see myself being checkmated. No. Don't give up, Shiramiya Butler! Never give up, never what? Oh fuck, never back down, never what? Never give up. If I can see myself getting closed in upon, then if I flip over the chessboard, I can anticipate the next move, right? Kiri-san told me. When considering something, the closer you get to the very, very end, the easier it becomes to anticipate. Flip over the chessboard. Does he has any idea? This face is so good. What a great face. It's so good, it's so creepy. She's awesome. What's wrong? You've gone silent all of a sudden. Don't worry. Surrender is but a momentary shame. After all, there is only the pleasure of letting it all go. Come, cry out your resignation. I can hear you. Speak clearly in a loud voice. Fuck you, Beatrice. You oughta wake up then. You just aren't listening. So, I'll say it once more. I won't resign. We are continuing. I'm resuming the game. Very well. It is your turn. I was making a mistake of thinking that this rule you made was your own weapon. However, I've realized that it can also become a weapon for me. It all comes down to this. Try it. I've spent the whole time focused on how they entered the locked room of the chapel. That way of thinking was no good. Yeah, it's no good. No goddamn good at all. Dame dane. Flip over the chessboard. That's right. The direction of my thinking was backwards. This is how I should think. How was a chapel, which wasn't a locked room in the first place, made to look like a locked room? Here it is. The thinking technique that human gave birth to a century ago. Give it a try. Say this is in red for me. If it's impossible, then decline. Here we go. This man, he think he was turned away from his defensive posture? Imprudent? Whatever. I understand that the only way to enter this chapel is through the door, and that there was only one key. But hold it right here. Was that key really handed over to Maria yesterday before noon? Oh! Yeah, this is great. Okay, so they flipped the keys or something? That's good. Long-winded. Summarize it. It's something like this. We've been under the impression that since midday yesterday, the key was unusable. Therefore, we've been under the impression that this was a locked room from midday yesterday until this morning. I want you to clearly state that this isn't just an impression, but a fact. Interesting. So you reason not about the door, but the key. Yesterday, Maria received an envelope from you. Maria didn't open it, but she might have felt it and learned when there was key inside. But it's not as if she could have checked it, and it's not as if she could have checked it was definitely key to the chapel. So this is what I'm getting at. The envelope that was handed to Maria contained a fake. I waited all this time for that nonsense? This morning, Rosa definitely took an envelope out of Maria's handbag, and from that obtained the genuine key to the chapel. Baby honey, envelope could be switched. It wasn't a fake, as you say. I know that much. I'll continue. So when Maria received the envelope, inside it was definitely the same key of a chapel? Huh. What I mean is basically this. Midday yesterday you gave Maria an envelope with a key inside, and you told her that she mustn't open it. Maria probably realized that there was a key inside. And because later on Auntie Rosa used what was inside the envelope to open the door to the chapel, we thought that was a key to the chapel. This is the suspicious part. It really was. Wait. So, is this what you're trying to say? That when I entrusted Maria with the key was a fake? And then by the time Rosa obtained it, it was been switched with a real thing? Yeah, that's it. What's wrong, Beatrice-sama? Looks like you haven't been feeling good for a while? Those close to me sometimes call me Beata. Oh, we're in. Beata is fine. It's your turn, Beata. Turn of the Golden Witch. Show me how you defeat that. Very well. The key to the chapel truly was the object inside the envelope I gave Maria. Still doesn't... Ask her if there is 2 envelopes. Ask her if there's 2 envelopes. You know what? You know what you actually need to do? Is that you need to ask her something that you know for sure is true. So she would say this in red text. Or... You need to test this shit. You need to ask her what color is my tie, and when she says black, you say no, it's actually gray. It actually says on the etiquette it's gray. and then we will learn that all the truth is like from her perception or something. It's need to go through some tests, right? For sure. Why you? Because she's lying. She's lying. It's in her interest to lie to us. Very well. The keys of the chapel truly was an object inside the envelope I gave Maria. I'll chase you. Can you repeat this in red? That envelope was completely under Maria's supervision until Auntie Rosa opened it. Ooh. Yeah, this is not true. This is not true though. Ooh, okay. The key to the chapel truly was the object inside the envelope I gave Maria. The envelope was completely under Maria's supervision until Auntie Rosa opened it. Ooh, she can't. She needs to say to you that envelope was never opened. She needs to say envelope was never opened before Aunt Rosa opened it in the morning. Then that would be counterpart for this. If it's impossible, then say that you decline. Check. I decline. Now the one turn advantage has flipped over. Now it's time for you, King, to run, Beato. Was completely under Maria's supervision until Auntie Rosa opened it. Ooh. Okay. I have a reason for declining. It is regarding to this definition of the phrase under her supervision. Are you lying? Are you lying? Is this actually about part Auntie Rosa opened it? Because we're kind of looking for an opportunity for somebody else to open it and seal it back again, right? But the part under his supervision, we know for sure it wasn't because she was sleeping. And in its purest meaning, Maria would need to have your eyes on it around the clock. But Maria didn't go this far, yeah. It was probably completely under her supervision during the time she had it outside of your handbag, but after she put it into her handbag, it disappeared from your field of vision. It's just that the face under her supervision is inappropriate in a sense, so I couldn't use red. Why did it make you uneasy then? Say something else. Confirm it some other way. I feel like you lied to me. That was probably a painful move. Your face tells me that you guessed the next one. Sorry. I'm a gentle with women. I don't hurt women. I don't betray a woman's expectation. Repeat it for me in red. Say it if you can. No one was able to touch Maria's handbag until Auntie Rosa took out the envelope. Oh, she will! She will! Oh, she not. I will also decline this. I want to explain the reason. That's wrong. It's not that you won't explain. You can explain. With that move, it's checkmate, isn't it? Is it? Is it? She's gonna say something else. It's not the end. She's gonna be... oh no, he went all Ice Attorney now. If you can do this, then I'll explain for you. Objection, Beatrice. The key to the chapel really was in the envelope that you handed to Maria. Then Maria put it in her handbag, and the next morning, Auntie Rosa took it out and opened the lock. However, Maria didn't have the handbag under her complete supervision. There is no need for magic. It's a locked room trick that's possible for a human. The human culprit handed Maria the key, and by making Auntie Rosa use it the next morning, they created the illusion that there was a locked room during this time. You can't deny the possibility that during this time, the culprit took the key from Maria's handbag, used it, and returned it to the handbag by morning. Take that. Hold it. Can you say it in red? Objection! Yay! He did the thing! Repetition required. Say it if you can! It's check again! Hold on. I'll remove the check. The envelope with the key in it should have been sealed with wax. Yeah, Rosa took it from an open envelope. Really? Let's hear it then. Repetition required. The envelope handed over midday yesterday and the envelopes that Auntie Rosa opened are the same thing. It's a bad sentence. It's worded awfully. She should say envelope with a key that culprit gave to Maria wasn't open. You guys not playing very well. Then that I can repeat. The envelope I handed over to Maria and the one Rosa opened are the same thing. What's the problem here then? I'm sorry that I'm starting to in thinking about it. I'm just really interested and I really like to think about it. It's fun for me, really fun. Huh. That's no good. That's no goddamn good at all. I actually hate this sentence. In Japanese, he probably says dame, 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 dame. But in English, it just doesn't work. Why didn't they translated it better? I just can't see a normal human being saying that's not good, that's no goddamn good at all. It's so fake. Who even cares about that anymore? I had expectation for you. If you had resigned here, I would have thought of you as someone pretty good at reading between the lines. So, I'm disappointed. You've betrayed my expectations. What? It is important that the envelope are the same thing. Because envelope can be sealed with wax over and over. Yeah, that's true. Then, dame das er. Ooh. Oh, we can listen actually. Can we? Hold on, let me do this real quick. Config. Next. Exit. Oops, wrong one.
ああ、ダメだぜ、全然ダメだ。そんなの。もうどうでもいいことだろうが。
Good voice, actually. Good voice acting. Can we get Beato said butter, whatever. Okay, I can move. Fuck. I can move the slider here with my mouse, unfortunately. Can I just move it? No. Checkmate. Oh, she does. Okay.
がっかり期待外れだぞ。後ろ宮バトラー。
Butter. Oh, she's so good. I'm not doing them justice, but whatever. I also like Eva's VA. We'll listen to Eva when she's gonna be in a plot, for sure. It is important whether the envelope are the same thing, because envelope can be sealed with wax over and over. Yeah, that's true, but that's Ushiramiya crest thingy. Oh, I didn't do it. Oops. Nakamiya, damedaro. Config. Oops. Yeah, sorry. Oh, the key inside should be the important thing. This time, it's all over, Golden Witch. It's a real checkmate. I'll ask one more time, repetition required. Say it if you can. The key to the chapel inside the envelope Maria received wasn't used even once until Auntie Rosa opened the envelope. This is tricky shit. How could I to lowly really Beatrice? Okay, so all of this, because she doesn't have answers to all of this shit, makes me think that there is actually like a normal human explanation to all that is happening, and she just free roll lying. But what about the scene with Jessica and Shannon? And Shannon and Cannon has like fucking magical powers or something. What about this shit? And we literally saw demons killing people. How could I to a lowly human? I'll keep on saying it, Beatrice. Repetition requested. The key to the chapel inside the envelope Maria received wasn't used even once until Auntie Rosa opened the envelope. Magic. No magic. I don't believe it. Won't believe it. Oh. If you're gonna yell, then make it words. Resign, right? It's settled. This is the truth. Before Auntie Rosa obtained Maria's key this morning, at one point it passed into someone else's hands. Then they used it, resealed it, and returned to Maria's handbag, making it look like it hadn't been used. This is a trick with a cheap loophole, the assumption that the key wasn't used because the sealing wax wasn't broken. Is she gonna say something like, no key that wasn't used by anyone except for Auntie Rosa or something like that right now? Checkmate, there is no magic, it's nothing more than a trick that's possible for humans. In this case, who do you say stole the key? Try answering. Oh, he's gonna say it's not important. This time, you try repeating it. That's right, I'm making you repeat things all the time. I probably have to enter myself every once in a while. But I refuse! My condition for victory is denying the existence of witches. Once I've proven that your possible crimes by magic are possible by human hands, I'm done. I've smashed your locked room with something possible even for humans. However, I won't specifically investigate who the culprit is. And this is because I believe in humans. Because I definitely won't accept that there is a person among us, who would steal the key from Maria, use it, and do something so horrible. Oh, I remember that he didn't want it. We have actual human culprit, yeah. I give up. I resign. With regards to this one board in particular, I'll give up for now. But you're really a naive battler. Parting remarks are the loser's privilege. Enjoy them as much as you want. As long as you continue to deny my existence, you will eventually be cornered. After all, as long as you deny me, you will have to suspect those relatives that you have no end of love for. Really? You literally on the island. What are you talking about, honey? You literally made yourself a person on the island to be like a culprit, huh? In the last moment, when you have to suspect one who is beloved to you, when you will definitely accept my existence. You got a good face. Certainly, you have taken this board. However, that naive logic will definitely destroy you. You can't win against me after all. Ushiramiya Batara. That was a good one. That was a really good one. This was a great chapter to come back to. Really engaging, really fun. Sunday, October 5th, 1986, 7:30, a sex pact. It's 12th chapter? Oops, wrong one? Yeah. Hold on a second. Oh, oh, oh. Fuck. Great. Rosa and the rest returned from a chapel to the parlor in the mansion. Such a horrific thing had happened so early in the morning. Of course they were high-strung. Wait, did Jessica and Shannon died? I don't remember. Butler and George, who had cried, raged, and let their emotion explode at seeing their parents' tragic bodies, returned to the parlor, sat on the sofas, and let their minds go blank, as though everything up until then has been a lie. Only Maria was completely unchanged and looked just like normal. It's not her normal face. When she wasn't being mischievous, she was basically a kid who played wordlessly by herself, so even if her mind was blank, she would probably look as she did. But as she turned on the TV and flipped through the channels, it looked as though nothing about her had changed. Fuck. Sorry, again? It looked as though nothing about her had changed from normal. Perhaps Rosa had some opinion about this attitude, which was clearly different from normal people. She stared at Maria's back with a gaze that wasn't quite pleasant. Eventually, Kumasawa came to say good morning. Her cheerful manner was clearly out of place, and she couldn't help but be bewildered at the strange atmosphere in the room. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. When she heard the details from Goda, she expressed her shock in a truly nosy manner. Oh, of course you contacted the police, right? What should we do in a time like this? Oh, what should we do? Please listen calmly. It seems that some kind of apparatus was done in by lighting last night. Because of that, we have become unable to use telephones. Huh? Then, until the typhoon passes, we can't even contact the police? Maybe Kumasawa's exaggerated surprise was a little comical. Rosa giggled. In spite of the situation, okay, Rosa? Because of that, the fog of confusion that has covered your head cleared up a little. I've got to stay strong. It's not just Maria. I'm acting as a parent for Judge-kun and Butler-kun for now, so I have to stay strong. She said it out loud. Rosa had been the youngest sibling with a large difference in age between her and the others, so she was always treated as a child. Every time she learned something new, it was something obvious to her brothers and sisters, and she had grown accomplice, thinking that she must be incompetent. So she had formed a passive attitude, asking her brothers and sisters for advice every time something happened. But she no longer had any brothers or sisters. Now Rosa was the only one of the 4 Shiramiya siblings left. Furthermore, if Kinzo continued to shut himself away even in this extraordinary situation, Rosa would have to surprise this crisis as the representative of the head. I'm not a child anymore. Not a child. Rosa slapped her knee lightly and stood up. She must not wait for orders now. She had to start moving herself. She picked up the receiver to the extension phone on the side table. Then she immediately remembered that the telephone was out of order. Genjin-chan, who she had sent to see Kinzo, hadn't returned yet. She had a general guess. He was probably yelling about something nonsensical again, and then were unable to calm him. His important chapel has been defiled with blood. That was easy to imagine. She had planned on using the extension phone to call the study, but with the telephone line dead, there was nothing else for it. Rosa decided to go to the study directly, with her own 2 feet. Was it last time the telephone line working from here to the study? Her old self would have been so frightened that she wouldn't have been able to go see Kinzo, and in fact, if she did meet him, she would probably be blamed for something and abused. But now wasn't the time to be frightened. As his true daughter, she had to make him aware of the current situation. Kumasawa-san, I'm going to see father. Take special care of George-kun and Butler-kun. I'm sure they are on edge right now. Yes, I'm quite sure they must be. It's truly pitiable. I shall make them something warm to drink. Thank you. Nobody gave a shit in this chapter about walking around alone, okay? Rosa went out into the hallway and headed towards Kinzo's study. The atmosphere in the mansion which she had spent her youngest day in and should have been filled with memories seemed somehow different. and she began to climb the stairs in the entrance hall. Just then, Beatrice? In the gloom down the stairs behind Rosa, something glowed. Butterflies? That's no good. It was a single fluttering garb butterfly. It fluttered around and sparkled. The butterfly quietly danced without sound. Obviously, no one can hear the sound of a butterfly's wings beating. And then it stopped on Rosa's back as she slowly climbed the stairs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Rosa didn't notice. Is she using it to go to Kinto study? And to an ignorant observer, it would probably have looked just as though a single sheet of golden leaf in the shape of a butterfly has gotten stuck here. Without noticing, Rosa continued heading to Kinto study. Well then, in what way should I entertain myself next? There is still many pieces left. Is there two Beatrices? In the parlor, which had returned to silence, the only sound that was of the TV, which Maria was watching alone. If there was anything audible other than that, it was sound of a rain which has continued on and on since last night. Every one of those people who had viewed the unearthly and horrible scene stay silent, as though praying that the event of the morning were all a dream. Only Kumasawa hadn't seen it, and so acted slightly differently. She, instead, found the silence difficult to bear, and was fidgety with a desire to cheer everyone up. Can you chill, Kumasawa? However, unable to say more than she should, it seems that she was racking her brain as to how she could be of some use. Normally, it would be time for breakfast. However, maybe because something like that had happened, Goddess seemed to have forgotten about preparing the meal. No, maybe everyone was so beaten up that they forgotten their hunger. Kumasawa wanted to bring up the subject of what they would do for breakfast, but it didn't seem like a atmosphere, so she really couldn't. But it was difficult being hungry, so she casually made a proposal. I imagine you all must be tired after all that was happened. In times like this, I think the best thing to do is heat yourself with some warm black tea. That's a good plan. I agree as well. How about some delicious black tea with biscuit and jam? Oh yes, it seems it's near... Oh my god, why are you doing this? It seems it's near Halloween. There was some delicious looking pumpkin-shaped cookies on a shelf. Kumasawa-san, that's... Uh-oh. Of course, she had said the wrong thing, because she had reminded Butler and the rest about that horrible and tragic Halloween party in the chapel. Then she hurriedly whispered into Kumasawa's ear. Butler-kun, I am truly sorry. I didn't mean anything bad. Gracious, no, don't worry about it. I'll definitely turn this boiling anger back on the culprit. I wonder if the culprit is still on the island. Probably. After all, there is not going to be a boat coming until the typhoon passes. Yes, my goodness, because the boats don't come even if there is a little wind. They certainly wouldn't be able to ride one during the typhoon. Good gracious, no! It creeps me out. You think so too, Aniki? Me too. Regardless of whether the culprit was that mystery guest or not. That's right. We are naturally expecting the mysterious guest who called herself Beatrice, but we still cannot be sure that she is the culprit. There is still a possibility she's a victim whose corpse still hasn't been found. Ooh. I don't think so, but good theory. When I think of it this way, there's something I just can't understand. What do you mean by that? It's simple. It's just like Kumasawa-bachan said a short while ago. Right now, this island is right in the midst of a typhoon, and escape is impossible. The question is, why would culprit put themselves in this situation? The same thing goes for the culprit. In this case, having the crime come to light should have been the thing that the culprit most wanted to avoid. That's right. There was no need to drive this creepy magic circle on the entrance to the chapel and show off the fact that the corpses were here. Right, exactly that. Furthermore, if they were able to take the time and effort to do something so horrible to those 6, it should have been equally possible for them to hide the 6 corpses where they would be impossible to find. To be fair, this part about them speculating about motive for the culprit is kinda doesn't have a lot of value for me right now, because we kinda know that Beatrice is probably a culprit, but maybe it's important. I agree that Burl Halloween party probably wasn't directed at those who died. It was directed at people who would eventually discover it, us. You could probably claim that the magic circle was there to show it to us. Hold on. The culprit knew that they wouldn't be able to get away from this island for a while, and yet they acted as though they wanted to make us find the corpses in the middle of a typhoon. What does it mean? If I was a culprit, I definitely wouldn't play around and make us find the corpses. Beatrice-sama was not in her room. The room did not seem particularly disturbed. No, Milady did disturb it, quite a lot so. Come to think of it, what happened with Jessica? Couldn't someone's looking after her? They probably in my lady's room. Did you check them? You should check them. This isn't good. The culprit is definitely still on the island. In this situation, I don't believe it's a very good idea to isolate ourselves in a small numbers based. What do you mean by that? You don't mean to say that the culprit planned to kill all of us? Whoa. Why would she say this? Hold on, what? Let's listen to it. Let's listen to it. How? Why would she say this?
それはどういう意味ですか？
それは何の意味ですか？
まさか
まさか。
犯人は私たち全員を殺すつもりだとおっしゃるんですか？
She really says so. It's cute. I don't know. Let us remain calm. That is not yet certain. But we can't deny the possibility, much to my chagrin. Whatever. This letter was in a chapel. According to this, the culprit is a witch, and if we don't solve the riddle of grandfather's epitaph and find the gold, she'll massacre the whole family, or something like that. Is it true? Would you allow me to read it as well? Great, good sounds. As he reads the witch's letter, Goda, Kumasawa, and Nanji faces grew even paler than they have been. Kumasawa could no longer hide her shaking. If you don't want to die, try fighting Grandfather's hidden gold, huh? Screwing around with us. I'll bet you can't solve the riddle, so you're trying to make us solve it. However, I wonder what the truth is. Madame always insisted that the legend of a gold was nothing more than a fantasy created by the master. It is doubtful whether it actually existed. True. Supposedly, they thought it would be nice if it existed, but only somewhat believed it. The relatives only all started believing in the legend of a gold after Kinza's health worsened and the inheritance problem came up. I would think that there were very few people who believed it before then. Really? I wonder if that's why. Do you remember? On a table in the chapel, there was 3 gold ingots. That alone is worth quite a lot. Couldn't that truly prove that the legend of a gold was real? Excuse me, please wait. Just now, did you say 3 gold bars? Yeah, there were definitely 3 of them piled up. So what? Well, I happened to hear Crows somewhat talking about it once. Yes, I just heard it. You understand? It's not like I was trying to listen to his discussion in secret. Gracious, no. Don't worry about it now. So, then what? Is there something wrong with there being 3 of those gold bars? Yes. According to Kraus-sama, there was only 1 bar ever found to support the legend of a gold. That is correct. I do believe the story goes that Kinza-san showed the president of Maruso a mountain of gold and let him take 1 bar back with him. And that one came to be in Kraus-sama's possession. Wait. So there was a huge fucking chapel that had only 1 key that nobody was allowed to go in. Do you think Eva and Kraus looked in the chapel for gold? They should have, right? For sure. They checked it. Right? Right? Oh, I forgot there's text here. I feel like I read it last time. They for sure looked at it. Because it seems like really good possibilities that the gold could be hidden in a place like a chapel, isn't it? And that what came to be in Kraus-sama's possession, and he said this as well. There was no gold which supported the master's legend beside that one. You're talking about my uncle here, right? So, what have we got here? No, wait. 3? Wait. Where did they come from? That's too many of them. Might we not think of it this way? Maybe the other people of the family each found one and they had brought one of them here. No, I cannot believe that. Where all of the relatives came to this mansion, I was entrusted with their luggage. I did not feel any suspicious weight back then. Weak reasoning, but whatever. I think they weighed about 10 kilograms. If that much weight was in their bags, then I would notice. But it didn't seem that way. Same here. At the most there was some change of clothes, medicine, Kiri-san's makeup. That's about it, I think. Anti-Cerosa's luggage also looked pretty light. In this case, those 3 piled up gold bars were being shown to them, or maybe us, telling us that the legend of a gold is definitely real, that it isn't a fantasy, and challenging us to uncover it. Could there be a scheme to have us solve the epitaph which point to the hidden location, and then they try to snatch it away? Hold on. Let's go and read the epitaph. Behold the sweet fish river running through my beloved home of old. You who seek the golden land, follow its paths downstream in search for the key. Key again. As you travel down it, you will see a village. In that village, look for the shore the 2 speak of. There is a key to the golden land sleeps. You who laid hand upon the key must journey as follows to the golden land. Oh, you who laid hand upon the key must journey as follows to the golden land. On the first twilight, sacrifice the 6, blah blah blah. I'm not reading this. On the 10th twilight, blah blah blah. And you shall reach the home of a gold. The witch shall prize the wise and bestow 4 treasures. One shall be all the golden land's gold. One resurrects all the dead people's soul. One then revives all the love they possess, and one for which to eternity rest. Rest in peace, my beloved witch, Beatrice. Yeah, we doesn't give a shit. Oh no. Did you think I'd waste my time waiting comfortably in this place for you to brag on here? You're too wild to be subtle for this intellectual night. What kind of faces must your parents have had after raising you to be such a help? worthless fool. Yeah, I saw them. They had perfectly stupid faces, just like you. Neither in Candyland was it? Yeah, no. Welcome to Rikijima, ladies and gentlemen, of the your family and Beatrice, the alchemist. I have served him for many years, blah blah blah, position, blah blah blah. And now there is one part of a contract that I must explain to you all. I, Beatrice, and Kinza-sama vast quantity of gold. Yeah, it's about interest. After hearing this, you may feel as though Kinza-sama has been savagely rude to us. However, Kinza-sama is dependent on special cause. Special cause. Beatrice has the right to collect the gold and accumulate interest upon the termination of your contract. However, if someone is able to discover the hidden gold of this contract, Beatrice must abandon their rights for all time. Wouldn't it make... Okay, so I wanted to confirm that it wouldn't make sense for her... It couldn't make sense to her to make it a scheme, because she already has 3 golden thingies, 3 golden ignotes here. So it does fit best, but there are a few parts that it doesn't make sense. First, our parents, who should have been most likely to be able to solve the epitaph, were killed first. I think that creates an immediate contradiction, yeah. And something else makes less sense. They're trying to say that the legend of the gold is actually true, but how could they prepare that gold? It's almost like the culprit has already found the gold and is telling us to try and find it too. Yes, exactly. Maybe the culprit obtained those 3 like Uncle Kraus and thereby became certain about the legend of the gold. How the fuck Uncle Kraus got the gold in the first place? To make a search for the rest. I think that way is the most convincing. The pieces of the chartburst aren't line up at all. We don't have a clue what the culprit is planning, what they want to make us do. Is it pointless? Thinking about anything at this point in time. It was written down. What she wants you to do. Can any of you read? Maria suddenly laughed in a creepy voice. I thought she had been concentrating on TV, but she's been listening too, apparently. As she remained facing the TV, the very simply told us what we were forgetting. Beatrice hasn't said one word about wanting the gold. She's not asked anything except whether you can solve the epitaph's riddle or not. Although, I bet she thinks it'd be possible for you anyway. So you're saying you can solve it, Maria? Don't care. She's going to take me to the Golden Land, so I won't get in Beatrice's way. Is there gonna be a universe where Beatrice won't get Maria to the Golden Land, or is she carrying it, or is she taking her here no matter what? That's kinda unfair. What the fuck is this? Nepotism. It's not nepotism, but whatever. Ouch! Look like if you wanna understand father, we're going to have to ask Maria. Maria, tell us, who is this Beatrice? What is she planning? I feel like they're not giving me new informations in this part of the story. Like, I already heard this fucking phrase like 600,000 times. Maybe it's better for the pacing to skip it, maybe? Hehehe. Well, you see, Beatrice is a witch. She can do anything with her wondrous powers. Anything can be done with the powers of magic. You can create gold, you can create bread and wine, and of course you can create sweets. You saw it, didn't you? Hmm? At the time, everyone jumped at the sound of the door being closed forcefully. Is it Rosa? Who is this? Oh. We turn around to find that at some point Rosa has returned, bringing Genji and Shannon. Then she rapidly approached Maria, her heels clacking, and hit her sharply on the cheek. Child abuse? Oh wait, what the fuck? Oops. Sorry. Hold on. Just a second. Then she rapidly approached Maria, let her heels clack in, and hit her sharply on the cheek. Oop. Stop talking about that. Butler-kun and the rest will take it badly. Without waiting for a response, she slapped Maria's cheek once more. Everyone could only stand here, shocked. I don't know what means. What about yes? She mercilessly slapped Maria's cheek again. I mean, she didn't feel like resisting after being hit twice. Maria quickly said yes, child abuse, disapprove. Rosa-san, there is no reason to do something so harsh. This is my daughter's education. I would greatly appreciate if you didn't interject. Oh, I forgot that Rosa is like this. Why is she like this? The atmosphere around Rosa with Genji and Shan and Tao was somehow cold and undignified. Completely different from how she seemed before she left. We saw that Auntie Rosa was holding something that looked like a gun. Excuse me? I couldn't imagine that she would have brought back a toy in this situation. Auntie Rosa... What is... I love when they give characters guns. This is flaggers. Because of the current situation, I borrowed it specially. I'm sure you all realize, as well as I do, the culprit is still nearby. We don't know what could have happened. I agree. Rather than trying to figure out what the culprit is planning, it might be better to first think about our own safety. Father was right, but he was slightly agitated by the sudden events. Fortunately, he said he won't leave his room, so he's probably safe. Now, we should do all we can to gather in a simple place. I agree. We don't even know where the culprit is hiding, and anyway, there's no proof there's only one of them. I shiver the words that come out from my mouth. That's right. Could a single person kill 6 people and create such a horrible scene alone? Isn't it natural to assume that this crime was carried out by multiple culprits? I agree with Rosa-san. It is probably good for us to gather in one place. My goodness, yes! I also think that is good. Yes, yes! Maybe it would be good to call Milady and Kanan-san here already. Good idea. Let's have them come down. Judge Anki made to grab the extension phone, but Goda-san shook his head. Alright, we can use the phones right now. I'll go with a couple people. If Judge Anki and Goda-san come as well, that should be enough. No. Let's all go together. Actually, great idea. It's a wolves and a sheep puzzle. I love wolf and a sheep puzzle. If we're all gathered together here in equilibrium, the situation is the most safe. Wolves and a sheep puzzle? Don't make her explain it! How did you not know wolves and a sheep puzzle? I have it! Show you! Maria, turn off the television. Genji-san, please tell me where Jessica-chan's room is. Let's all go together. Based? Yes, I will guide you. Come on, everyone. We'll move together. Follow my instructions. We stood up. Maria alone looked like she had some lingering attachment to the TV, but she went along with everyone for now and got up. Shannon, thank goodness. I was a little worried when you took so long to get back. I'm sorry I have worried you. The master ordered me to copy down something. Copy down? Shannon. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, what about the will? We headed for Jessica's room, led by Genji-san and Auntie Rosa, holding a gun. Jessica and Kanan-kun are a girl and a boy of about the same age. Ooh, they'd sure be ashamed if they walked in on them at a bad time. Is what I've joked about normally, I'm sure. However, Auntie Rosa was an age constantly exuding tension, so it really wasn't the kind of atmosphere where I could joke like that. Hey, don't fall behind. Everyone, move together. We don't know when or where the culprit might leap out of us, you know? No, maybe Auntie Rosa's attitude was more appropriate. Since Grandfather hasn't come down, Auntie Rosa was the leader. This wasn't a situation where she could smile like she always did. And Auntie Rosa was herself a mother. She probably also thought that if she didn't get a hold of herself, some harm might befall her beloved daughter. The culprit has killed 6 of her parents at once. The method they had used was unknown, but there was a good chance that this opponent could take down a large number of people in an instant. What was with weapons, or with numbers? Or was it the magic of a witch? In any case, it definitely didn't look like there was any factions indicated we could get careless. The rest of us should also take much greater care, like Auntie Rosa. Everyone, stop! Auntie Rosa spoke in a sharp voice. When we peered forward, wondering what was up, we immediately noticed the reason. What is this? Everyone, get back! Gora-san and Genji-san approached the door. Jessica's room was probably on the other side of the door. This seemed to be the same paint that scribbled on the door of the chapel. It appears so. It appears that not much time has passed since it was done. What is that? Another magic circle? It's the first magic circle of the moon! It has power to open unopenable doors! Oh, really? Hold on. I need to check something super quick. I'm gonna be live for like half an hour or more, probably. The door to Jessica's room had that creepy graffiti on it, which has been drawn on the doors of a chapel. The strange shape definitely had some meaning related to the occult. I love these lines. Near my side, near left side, right side, it's right side, I'm sorry. Near right side, that makes it look like it's three-dimensional image, like the lower stroke and the higher stroke that goes kinda onto a person. Looks good. But it didn't meant what its meaning was. We didn't more worried about whether those two were alright. Oh, that doesn't matter. Are Jessica-chan and Kanan-kun alright? I have a bad premonition. Don't say that! We should quickly take those two downstairs. Milady, are you here? Please answer. Gora-san knocked violently and yelled, but there was no answer. He twisted the doorknob with a clatter, but the lock just resisted him. Rosa-sama, it seemed to be locked. There are no other option. Please open it. Genji nodded, and Gora-san quickly unlocked the door with the master key. In the back of my mind, horrible images floated up and disappeared, one after another. A magic circle has been drawn on the door to the chapel, and the 6 corpses has been behind that. So, if there was a magic circle drawn to the door to Jessica's room, then beyond it... Jessica-sama! What happened? Is she here? Jessica! What happened? It was truly heartless. The expression on Gora-san's face and what he said when he opened the door prepared us for the brutal fate that Jessica might have met even without seeing her. But she was alive, maybe? Not? Everyone trembled into Jessica's room at once. That scene told everyone that their worst fears were right on the mark again. Kinda awkward pose. Jessica! Oh my, Dr. Nanja! The room seemed elegant for Jessica's age, and there she was inside it, lying on the ground. Where is furniture? There was a large pool of blood on the floor, and there was a knife or something sticking deep into her back. Was it a knife? There was a design in the handle that has to have been done in devil's motive. There was no doubt that this weapon, carried some kind of occult meaning. This is horrible. She has passed away. This probably reaches her lungs. Not much time has passed since she died. Jessica! Damn it, damn it. Butler-sama. I was naive. I knew it. Since they couldn't escape the island, the culprit was definitely close by. Then why wasn't I on my guard straight away? I was naive. I just assumed the culprit sneak away after they committed the crime. We were stunned then. What about Chan? What about Ken? Ken. We thought we might have to accept it when Jessica Chan gave it to rage and ran off, but we were naive. We should have stopped her. Gora-san, why did you leave those two alone? If only you had been with them, something like that wouldn't never... No, you see, I said it was dangerous, so we should return. It's just that my lady said that she wanted to be alone. Karan-san told me to leave it to him, and... Speaking of which, where is Karan-san? That's right. What in the world happened to Kanan-kun? Kanan-kun? Where... Karan-san should have been with my lady. Where in the world? You don't think they got him? You don't think they got him? Quiet. Someone might be hiding in this room. Search under the bed and in the closet. There was also a chance that Kanan-kun's corpse can be pushed away somewhere. Can wait for them to find a new stool, and everybody was like, huh. Servants was like, huh, I don't remember this stool being here at all. Never saw it before. At Renaissance order, everyone searched the room together, but there wasn't a single human hiding anywhere. He's nowhere. Could the culprit have taken him out of the room? In the form of a stool, maybe. Then we have to search for him quickly and save him. If we are slow, something awful might happen. Auntie Rosa, let's search all over the mansion. Let's search for the culprit. Let's save Kanan-kun. Yep, I probably think Rosa thinks that Kanan killed her. Quiet! Auntie Rosa yelled at us loudly, and we fell instantly silent. She was probably contemplating something. But what in the world could that be? Really? Auntie Rosa walked around the room as though looking for something, or as though she was collecting her thoughts. New stool? Then she found something on the side table by the bed and picked it up. If anyone knows, tell me. What key is this? Auntie Rosa showed everyone a key with a cute mascot attached to it. Judging for the cute appearance, I didn't doubt that it was Jessica's key, but I had no way of knowing what the key it was. It's probably the key to this lady's room. Oh, another locked room mystery. But this one we actually saw like demons killing them. It's unfair. Like this one actually has... We actually saw it. After hearing that, Auntie Rosa made a point of going outside the door and checking. Without a doubt, it was a key to this room. I wonder why it is set in a place like this. Normally, don't you keep important keys in your pocket? Lady wasn't in the habit of locking her room. Except for when she went to school. It seems she would do it then, because she didn't want Kraus-sama to look inside her room. I see. She wasn't at school, so it's natural that Jessica Chan would set the key down here. How many keys can open this door? Just one, my lady have. Okay, for sure, guys. Oh, Beatricia. Why is she doing this? To be fair, this scene where we actually saw all these characters being killed right now makes the locked room mystery worse for me. So, was all of that a fiction? Can it be opened with your master keys? They can open it. How many master keys are there? Do all of the servants have one? Are there extras? Yes, we all have one. As for extras, I wonder. There used to be several, but Madame strongly scolded us that this was careless, so I believe they have been dealt with. That is correct. There is only one held by each servant. There are no more. Oh! Huh? Wait a second. In the last game, I thought we said there was extra master keys? Yes, regarding that. I have noticed that having extra several master keys whose location are unknown is quite disadvantageous for me. What's with me in this war today? Holy shit, she just testing her fucking mystery fiction shit on us. What is this? Well, yeah. Since you want to make me believe in magic by using locked rooms, it must have been really disadvantageous for you to have master keys unaccounted for. In fact, every time a trick revealed to lock show up, I was planning to resist by arguing that the culprit possessed a master key that someone had lost in the past or a duplicate. Yes, exactly. So I've decided to make a move to defeat it. I'm after the setup. The only master key are the ones held by the servants, one key each. She just writing her own mystery novel, and because she's a witch, she can test all of this shit out on a person. And then, after all of this ended, she's gonna be like the most regarded mystery book ever created or something, I don't know. Messing with me. More importantly, what is this move? What's Auntie Rosa saying? Who knows? You should try listening in. Are they like sitting in some imaginable room with a huge projector screen and just watching it as if in a movie? Does it mean Butler and Beatrice didn't? So what would happen? What was like actually canon events that they show us? That's weird. Now I'm like forced to think that all the demons that were here wasn't real or something. Thank you. I have the situation sorted out. And I've managed to identify the culprit who assaulted Jessica-chan, or maybe one of their accomplices. What did you say? Who is that? I mean, I get it, Auntie Rosa, but it's kinda arrogant. I don't know. Auntie Rosa, you can't be talking about Kanon-kun. Huh? Huh? Why Kanon-kun? The room was locked, and the only keys that can unlock this room are the master keys that each servant is holding, as well as the keys that Jessica had. But Jessica-chan's key was closed up in here, which means the only keys that could have locked it are the master keys. It is as you say. In that case, someone killed Jessica-chan, then locked the door. That person was holding the master key. And there was only 5 people who were holding master keys. Oh my! It wasn't me, not me! Precious, no, I couldn't do something like that! Kumasawa-san, you got up late. After we returned from the chapel to the parlor, we did meet you here. But it's impossible to prove where you were and what you were doing until that time. You watched us from the shadow, chased after Jessica-chan and Kanon-kun when they were isolated, and stealthily attacked them. Are you saying I visited my lady's room? And did something so horrible? I did no such thing. Gracious, no such thing. What about you, Gora-san? You said that you left Jessica-chan and Kanon-kun's care. I returned. Oh my god. The theory that Beatrice actually writing a mystery novel has another evidence that I just thought of, is that characters in this game are actually changing and like gradually improving their character as the times goes on with each new chapter. So it's like literally writing, she improving her own characters. What about you, Goda-san? You said that you love Jessica-chan in Kan's care and returned. But I wonder if that's true. I wonder if you didn't really kill the two of them, hide Kankun's corpse, and then come back with an innocent look on your face? Nothing of the sort happened. I swear on my name, I did not do anything like that. It wasn't us either. We were following the master's orders and... Yes, at least you and Genji-san are alright. But... that is backed up by all that I heard from father. The two of you were in the father's room the whole time. One copy being the one standing witness. Father and I can guarantee that. Thank you very much. In that case, I think the argument becomes who is more suspicious, Gora-san or Kumasawa-san. That's how I thought, too. Or at least in the first moments after entering this room. But then, I thought that it was strange. Look at the state of Jessica-chan's body. Don't you think it's strange? Strange, you say. Jessica-chan was stabbed in the back. Come on, it's often generally said, right? That in crimes where a victim is stabbed in the back, there is a high likelihood that the culprit was someone whose face was known to the victim. She definitely wouldn't invite the person she doesn't trust into her room and defensively exposed her back. Rosa-sama, you couldn't mean to say that Kana-kun... Yes. We know well that the state of Jessica-chan wasn't right now before she was killed. Jessica-chan was very panicked after seeing her parents' tragic bodies. And it's easy to imagine that after she regained her composure, she'd have been in a horrible slump. Okay, if what happened in the sequence that we saw of Jessica's death is actually happened, why the fuck there is no mess in her room? It seemed like nobody noticed the mess, and if mess was here, somebody would definitely say something about it, right? For sure. It's easy to imagine that after she regained her composure, she'd have been in a horrible slump. I can really understand it if Jessica-chan's frame of mind led her to shut herself up alone in her room, and those particulars would also fit with Goda-san's story. Jessica-chan said to leave her alone. Then Karan-kun, who is of a familiar age and may have had some adolescent relationship with her, said to leave it to him. I can really understand why he'd feel that way. And I think that this is the reason why Jessica-chan welcomed Karan-kun into her room. But what if it had been Goda-san and Kumasawa-san? Would she have led them into her room? I believe that I'd have gained the lady's trust, but even so... Then you're another suspect after all, right, Goda-san? I thought that you probably weren't liked by Jessica-chan, so I believed she wouldn't have let you into her room. So I thought it was impossible that you were the culprit, but now you say... No, I'm afraid to say I may not have been accepted by my lady. Kumasawa-san, what about you? They're such dicks. Awesome. Ho ho ho, a senior like me is far too separated by age to understand the feeling of a young person like my lady very well. And perhaps my lady did not open her heart up to me. That's bullshit. You were like... Maybe she did not trust you, but I feel like... Meh, whatever. Right, Goda-san? Yeah, that's right. She probably did not open her heart to us to a great degree. It would be inconceivable that my lady would let us into her room when she was heartbroken. Goda-san and Kumasawa-bachan each clasped their hand together, affirming each other with forced smile on their faces. It was really unpleasant routine. It is. Someone who would be permitted to enter Jessica's room when she was heartbroken, who would have been given access to her defenseless back, and the person had a master key that only points to one person. It was impossible for anyone except Karan-kun. Oh, please wait. Karan-kun definitely wouldn't do something like... Or then, is there someone else? Is Goda-san or Kumasawa-san suspicious after all? Which of the two do you think is more suspicious? Chan-chan, come on. I don't... It wasn't me, Shan-chan. Gracious, no, it wasn't me. Of course, it wasn't me either. It was Karan-kun who had a close relationship with my lady, and you, Shan-chan, if anyone. Oh yes, I almost forgot. Jessica-chan might also have let Shan-chan into her room. But you should have been with father. But in reality, are you the culprit? Shan can't be the culprit. You only just said that she was doing some important work with grandfather. Yeah, I know that. Neither Shan-chan nor Genji-san is a culprit. Even the father acknowledged that they were together the whole time. What the fuck? What is this mess? What Rosa is doing? Who let you do this? Well then, what do you think, everyone? After that, no one could respond. Because even if someone did argue back, they would then have to offer the name of a different suspicious person. That's stupid. Rosa-san doing stupid shit. And no matter whose name that was, the person was here. No one could do something like that. Auntie Rosa glanced at everyone in turn, fingering the gun like it was a toy. She seems so different from a normal, kind Auntie Rosa because she is not actually like this. No, it's probably because I still don't feel how much danger we're in. Maybe until Auntie Rosa's attitude seemed natural to me, I wasn't fully appreciating the danger. Look like no one has an opinion. Then I will say mine. Of course, I can't deny the possibility that Karan-kun is a victim without a corpse. But until we find his corpse, I also definitely can't deny the possibility that Karan-kun is a suspect. There's a chance that Karan-kun may claim to be attacked by the culprit and confined somewhere. He may appear unexpectedly with that excuse. But take care. Maybe. Probably. No. Definitely. Karan-kun killed Jessica-chan. No way. I can't believe it. For Karan-kun to do this to my lady, that's too much to accept. I feel the same as Shannon. I oppose labeling Karan as a culprit. Can you chill, Auntie Rosa? You really piss me off. Like, you can at least say, yeah, he's super suspicious. Let's all be cautious. Why do you need to do this? Why do you need to be so totalitarian right now? Then, is the culprit Goda-san or is Kumasawa-san? Tell me who's more suspicious. It wasn't us. If it wasn't Karan-kun, then who could have locked this room? Chan-chan, George-kun. Well? Auntie Rosa closed in on Chan-chan and George Aiki, laughing unpleasantly. She as fucked up as Maria. What is this? Of course, they couldn't say anything back. They wanted to believe in Karan-kun. But if they did, they would have to suspect the other servants. The simplest culprit was a mystery guest Beatrice, but she was nothing more than a guest and didn't have a master key. Did she? Then if Beatrice was a culprit without a master key, do we have to accept an argument that she really is a witch and lock the door with the power of magic? That's filthy argument. Filthy. What's so difficult? Make it my fault. You can just make it the fault of the 19th person, Mr. Guest. Can you not? If you do, you won't have to watch this ugly battle of humans passing each other. So, then what? The culprit is 19th person, the guest Beatrice. She's a witch, so she could lock the door without using key magic. Are you telling me to accept that? No goddamn way. No way. No goddamn way. In the last game, I learned all of your weak points. So, what now? What now? You say you're never going to accept me, did you not? In that case, you can use Karan as a perfect sacrifice. Karan killed Jessica. If you support Rosa's theory, everything is settled here, you know? Karan is already dead. There should be no need to show concern for the dead, and you won't have to doubt anyone here. Damn it, I won't accept you. But Karan-kun being the culprit, that's impossible. I don't want to suspect anyone, however, it is something that it is sometimes the case that the suspicious are the guilty. In any case, there is probably nothing better than caution. Like, even if you all agree that Kanan is a culprit, what are you doing now? Nothing? And wasn't it contradicting the epitaph? The epitaph thingy? Dr. Nanja, what do you mean by that? Please do not misunderstand. I do not wish to label Kanan-kun as a culprit. However, until we understand the situation, there is possibility that Kanan-kun is a culprit, and I believe keeping that in mind is safer. Yeah, that's it. Why Auntie Rosa was so insistent on it. Oh, yeah, that's right. You cannot be too cautious. It didn't seem as though anyone blamed Nanja. In reality, no one thought that Kanan was a culprit. But if they didn't suspect him, they would have to suspect one of the servants here. We didn't want to do that. We didn't want to suspect. We didn't want to be suspected. That is correct way of thinking. We cannot be too vigilant. Is there anyone who objects to that? Listen, there is a very high likelihood that this murder case is related to the legend of a father's cult. In that case, it certainly is a crime of someone plotting to keep a vast amount of gold or tens of billions of yen all for themselves. With that amount of money, you could play around for the rest of your life in any country. It may be possible that they would massacre us for this reason. For the simple reason that our guest wasn't holding a master key for the murder of Jessica-chan, and this murder alone, we removed our 19th person, Beatrice, from suspicion. But we can say that she is unrelated to the crime. After all, it is a vast amount of gold we're talking about. We can't deny the possibility that there was multiple culprits. Right now, one of the people here among us might have been brought by the culprit. As Auntie Rosa yelled, she looked all around, her gun still raised. Don't believe anyone, suspect the person next to you, that's what she was saying. But no one wanted to suspect. They didn't want to suspect anyone here. The weakness in their hearts demanded the answer from those not here. There are only two groups of people you can be sure aren't suspects. Yourself and those who are already corpses. The same goes for Kanan-kun. Until we catch sight of his corpse, he's the most likely suspect in Jessica-chan's murder. So take care. Even if he's still alive, even if he smooths things over with some explanation, you absolutely must not trust him. Alright? I disagree. No one gave an answer of their own initiative. However, those who met Auntie Rosa's eyes had to nod their heads. Pussies. Humans are social beings. No, you're all losers! I don't like you guys anymore. In other words, from the time they are born, trusting each other is imprinted in their genes. It is unpleasant to go against that. They definitely don't want to suspect anyone, but if they had to suspect someone, they thought that choosing one of the people not here right now would be the most acceptable. I don't think so at all. I don't think people think like that, but whatever. For just the reason of acceptability, they had passively chosen to sacrifice Kanan. Poor Kanan, he's literally like disappeared or something last time. This is ridiculous. I definitely don't want to believe that Kanan-kun is a culprit. I'd only just heard it from George Aniki, but not only were those two close in age, they also had that adolescent relationship Auntie Rosa has mentioned. It may be a little late now, but yes, they really did have that kind of air about them. After seeing her parents' tragic bodies, Jessica, bearing deep wounds in her heart, would only have trusted Kanan-kun. Yeah, motive is important. Motive is so important, and she just... Oh, that's stupid. That's a very conceivable story. So I don't like it. Kanan-kun was the only one she trusted, so she wouldn't have let anyone but Kanan-kun in. So he was the only one who could have killed Jessica. I just can't accept that line of argument. Understand? Even if Kanan-kun appears, don't get careless. As long as we cannot prove Karan-kun's innocence, we will suppose that Karan-kun is the culprit who killed Jessica-chan. Auntie Rosa made us calm. By using the ever so slightly vague word suppose, ultimately she gave everyone the last little push they needed. Everyone nodded quickly. Really? You are just submitting to some gal with a gun? Really? I would never agree with this. Especially if she's my relative. Like, fuck those bitches. Quote my relatives. Everyone nodded quickly, and under the excuse that they were just temporarily supporting it, they considered that Karan was the culprit who had killed Jessica. You are dumb. I wonder what the dead Jessica and Karan would think if they would hear this exchange. Yes, they would fucking be upset at you. Jessica was crying. She was crying in the chest of a person who had put their life on the line to fight for her Kanan. It was frustrating. So frustrating that it felt like her chest would explode. She grieved and resented how far the dignity of the dead had been trumped. Those guys, why are they treating you like a culprit? Because there is no corpse. Why is he treating you like a culprit? Because there is no corpse? You risk your life to fight for me. Then that witch erased your corpse for fun. To call you the culprit because of that, it's horrible. It's too horrible. It's alright. In the end, I couldn't completely protect you, but I was able to be use of you, my lady. Why doesn't anyone understand that? Stop it, Auntie Rosa. Don't call Karan-kun the culprit with this messed up reasoning. She isn't saying that I'm the culprit. She isn't saying this. She's just implying that I'm a culprit. She's saying that I'm suspicious. No, she's saying to be careful. She is saying it. These people are saying that you're the culprit, Karan-kun, so they can stop thinking. They aren't gonna think about who the culprit who killed me is anymore. They aren't gonna think of a possibility that you aren't the culprit. Yeah, so true. Real? And after this, every time something happens, they repeat the excuse that it was the work of a Karan-kun who's gone missing. I can't stand that. It's alright. At least he knows the truth, my lady. If only I know the truth, that's pointless. I find out by dying. Truth belongs to living humans. If the truth doesn't remain, the dead won't be rewarded. They won't know why you risk your life. At least somebody having fun. This is stupid. You should not have fun here. They're just being done. Truly splendid sight. It is a rare honey. It is a rare honey that is sweeter than a lament of a dead. Lament, lament. No matter how much you lament, the voices of a dead never reach the living. Damn it, damn it. It doesn't matter who. Hear my voice. Karan-kun isn't the culprit. Karan-kun's corpse was just erased. Why don't you understand that? Whatever, lady. I can't take this. It's so sad. It's so frustrating. If it's like this, you died for nothing. So they have no honor unless the living acknowledge it. It doesn't matter who. Realize, please. Karan-kun isn't the culprit. Don't go, guys. Please, don't end it like this. Don't go. Principal claimed that this room should be sealed until the police came. The rest didn't want to suspect each other, so they happily accepted it. They accepted Kanan as a tentative culprit. Without even imagining how much disgrace it gave to the dead, they accepted it. Whatever. Lady, it's alright now. Thank you. Don't go! Don't go, guys! I beg you, come back! Don't leave us like this! Don't leave Karan-kun treated as a culprit! It won't reach. The remains of that never reach. You make me laugh, yes. That face of yours make me laugh. You're thinking it will reach, aren't you? It won't reach, Jessica. That's no goddamn good. Yeah, butler time! Dread of a grave. Huh? Butler-kun, did you say something? Yeah, it's no good. It's no goddamn good at all! At the time everyone made to leave this room, only Butler had his back to them and he was still looking down at Jessica's body. What do you mean it's no good at all? Do you have some objections? Objection. I'll at least agree that we have to be vigilant. But this talk about having Karen-kun be the culprit, sorry, but allow me to refuse. Butler's the only one who has balls here. Huh. So you're biting into the past? Into this part? If Karen wasn't the culprit, and it wasn't my doing either, then how do you explain this locked room that Jessica room has become? Honestly, I'm gonna throw my hands up here. Seriously, why do you say it's no goddamn good? I gotta take responsibility for my own actions. I'm empty-handed with 0 weapons to argue with, but you know, I won't stand here twiddling my thumbs anymore, Beatrice. But Butler-sama, is there some proof that Karen-kun is the culprit? The expression that rose to those two faces were definitely expectant. They didn't want to believe that Karen-kun was the culprit. In truth, they believed in Karen. So this expectation was because they wanted to be made to believe in him even more strongly. Then, Butler-kun, which of the other servants do you suspect? Goya-san? Is it Kumasawa-san? Quit it, Auntie Rosa. I know the person called Kumasawa-bachan well. She's somewhat off for work, but she's always tried to make things fun for people. She's not a person who would kill, not even if your eyes were dazed by money. But, Butler-sama... And I've just met Goda-san yesterday. Honestly, I still don't really understand him. But there is one thing I understand. I've never seen someone look so happy to be making food. You are the same as Kumasawa-bachan. Goda-san likes to make people happy. As if a person like that could kill those who praise his food as delicious, even if money was piled up right in front of him. Then, who do you think killed Jessica-chan, Butler-kun? Who do you think shut Jessica-chan up in the rooms that could only be locked by a master key? Wait, before I argue about that, there is something I want to make clear. I don't want to talk about it. If so and so is not the culprit, then so and so is the culprit. I just want to talk about how it's completely impossible for Karen-kun to be the culprit. You say that you can establish that Karen is the culprit? How? It really is simple. It's something you can dangerously close to overlooking. Beato? Repetition requested. Say if you can, Karen-kun was holding the master key. Huh. What? Really? Karen-kun wasn't holding a master key? How can you tell that? I heard what Goda-san said before, just before he split up with Karen-kun. The part about when Jessica went to raid the VIP room. Goda-san, you did a good job remembering it. You protected Karen-kun's honor. I completely forgot about this. I don't even remember how it went. You should not stream games like this with like a month's break here. That's totally my bad. I did? We can talk about the same thing, but I don't really understand. Could you explain it, Butler-kun? That's right. When Jessica unlocked the VIP room, she borrowed the key from Karen-kun, but didn't give it back. So Karen-kun wasn't holding a master key. Or was he? Certainly, Goda has no recollection of the master key being returned to Kanan. However, she must have returned it when Goda-san wasn't looking. How can you prove that it definitely didn't happen? If you could just search the pocket of Kanan's corpse, you could probably establish that, but you can't. It is impossible. Can we search Jessica? You're no goddamn good at all. It's truly simple to prove, isn't it? Just search Jessica. No way! So you're saying that Karen-kun wasn't holding a key? Yeah, and to prove it, all we have to do is search Jessica. Karan-kun's master key should be in Jessica's pocket. Dr. Nanjo, would you check for us? Yes. Nanjo dashed up to Jessica and searching in her jacket pocket. Everyone hoped for it. Please, be here. Here it is! Is this it? Yes, this is a master key, without a doubt. At Gage's statement, there was a small ooh of joyful voices. That is Karan-kun's master key. I'll say it again. Karan-kun isn't holding the master key. Therefore, there is no way he could have locked the door. It certainly does appear that way. But Karan-kun was the last person to meet Jessica-chan. The fact that he's suspicious hasn't changed. Let's give it a rest. Huh? Humans were originally supposed to be created to trust each other. I don't know. I disagree. What does it even mean? But in order to live in a tough world, we'll learn to be wary. So without anything, we are sad creatures. I won't deny that's our nature. But I won't permit you to come to a conclusion without proof. The suspicious are not the guilty, they are innocent. Of course the world is full of wolves. I won't tell you to carelessly believe everyone. But if you're going to say someone's guilty, prefer some perfect evidence. Unless you can do it, never say someone is guilty because of speculation. What about guilty until proven innocent? What about that? Oh, it's like innocent until proven guilty? Nah. That's... I was the one who said the suspicions was a guilty. That was thoughtless. I apologize. Butler-sama. Wonderful reasoning, Butler-kun. Thank you too, Gura-san. Because of what you remembered, Karan-kun is cleared from suspicion. Oh no, he is the most suspicious person now. Poor guy. Hey. It was a dry sound of raised applause. Well done, well done. Not a bad job. Shit. Did I fall for a ball and bait piece? You wonderful woman that at least Karan could unlock the doors of this room. The servants should all have been holding master keys. With that as a basis, Karan was threatened as a culprit, so he did a wonderful job of at least clearing away that suspicion. In that case, how did the culprit who killed Jessica lock the door? Oh, that's the problem I have now. I've been drawn into a development that went exactly like I wanted. Right into my trap, yes? Furthermore, you said something outrageous about no doubting any of the other servants. Well then, I'll be worth seeing how you gloss this one over. Shut your face. Let's get this started. I'm sure I'll be denied from all angles, but first I'll verify the definition of what it means for this room to be a locked room. Very well. First, there are absolutely no types of hidden doors. I wonder, honey baby, why the fuck didn't you say it for the first time about the first locked room? There's absolutely no types of hidden doors. It still have windows. This door is the only way in and out. Well, that's a lie. That's definitely a lie because they have windows. Why is she lying to me again? How can I trust the red text if she lying to me? Oh. The only way to lock this door is with Jessica's single key or the master keys, only one of which is held by each servant. Butler, ask her what about the window. It is on the second floor, but it's probably possible to enter and leave through the window. However, oh, okay, thank you. However, the window is locked from the inside. That's good. Thank you for clarifying this. I'm glad. When it looks at this door, which is a single key on the master keys, only one of which is held by a servant. Window locked from the inside. Let me flip over the chessboard right away. If I start by arguing about the door and the lock, I probably won't leave the playing of your hands. Do as you like. Well then, what should I repeat? Repetition requested. Karan-kun was killed in this room. Karan was killed in this room. Although I erased his corpse as magic, of course. And again, repetition requested. Karan-kun corpse is in this room. I decline. I cannot repeat it. Because I erased his corpse with magic. Of course you wouldn't. There got to be a secret hidden in here somewhere. Damn. Where's the point of connection to this riddle? Is this what they locked it without the master key? Or is it how they managed to kill 2 people who were inside the room with the door locked? Or is it how they managed to escape after killing them both? I had to say it, but I have to tackle this one step at a time. Repetition requested. The last time it was locked by the master key. I also declined that. I don't know, I feel like every time you have a locked room, you should ask her to confirm that it wasn't suicide, you know? Because suicides are the most basic bitch one locked room mystery shit, right? Thinking about that one Danganronpa case? I also declined that. That declining thing is really vague. I don't know if you decline because it's impossible to repeat, or whether you can repeat it and you decline it on purpose. Like when discussing the lock of a chapel, you completely turn the tables on me. When I have an advantage, there is no need to go out of my way to speak using the red, which carries risk. That's all it is. Yeah, I guess so. Nah, you're lying again to me. How much are you? You were just lying to me online. And it's hard. The red is something you can use when you want to stop my strange theories. It's natural to use it to my advantage. Because of the risk of being quibbled with, I won't use it uselessly. Well then. Yeah, ask you about suicide. Suicide one is a good one. Well then, what move will you come with me next? A move that put Koya Kumasawa under suspicion would probably be easiest to use, right? Damn. It's like you're leading me down the path. Goddamn annoying. Stay quiet a while, I'm thinking. Of course this door is the same as a chapel. When locked, it does not permit any form of entry or exit. That's interesting sentence. That's interesting sentence because it kind of implies that somebody else would want to go in on murder time? I don't know. I'll say more. No tricks could have the effect unlocking the door from the outside without using the key. So the conclusion here is the door was locked from the inside, no? Like Jessica locked it, or Kanan? Oh, Kako. Damn you for overusing letter text when I don't ask for it. Let's back up. Let me just think. I laid out everything I know. First, there were 2 victims. Kanan and Jessica. Karan-kun's corpse isn't here, but Beatrice admitted in red that Karan-kun was killed. So even without the corpse, he's included as a victim. There are a few questionable points. All depending on which I focus on, my line of thoughts changes a lot. Yeah, and also both keys were at Jessica's will, right? First, after the culprit committed murders in this room, how did they lock it? If we assume that the culprit was one of those holding the master key, it's extremely simple. But I want to avoid it if I can, because I will have to suspect Gore-san and Kumasawa-san. No, in the worst case, even Shannon-chan and Genji-san. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Sorry, squeaky chair. I'm so cold. It's so cold in here. Jesus. At this point, I noticed something. I've contradicted myself. I'm cutting my own throat. I want to deny Beatrice no matter what. I want to erase the existence of this brutal, fickle, ridiculous witch. In order to do that, I have to explain everything with humans, not magic. But it also means suspecting something human. I don't want to suspect someone. Of course, if there was some clear proof, it would have been... This person was a culprit, sorry. Ouch, sorry. But as long as it didn't happen, I didn't want to cast any suspicions. Am I just green? Good question. Am I just a kid who doesn't want to have my feelings which tell me that at least this person or that person couldn't be a murderer, betrayed? I want to deny that if it was a witch, I also want to deny it was a human. Now I don't know what it was, what is what anymore. I'm sorry. In the first place, the only victory condition in our game regarded whether or not you could deny my existence. Even though that alone was a game that put you in a disadvantage, you increased the number of victory conditions all by yourself and made your own victory difficult. It's just as she says. If I started arguing that someone holding a master key was a culprit, this locked room could be easily broken. I agree that Beatrice couldn't do it, but I disagree with the one that I couldn't suspect other people. I would be suspecting other people. However, since the number of keys that could open the door are limited, and furthermore, it's clearly known to who holds them, saying would mean that I was suspecting someone I knew well. No, have I just been averting my eyes? In that locked room trick with a chapel, which has been exhilarating to destroy, I had proposed that someone stole the key from Maria's handbag and returned it. If that theory was right, then the question becomes who have been stolen the key from her handbag. Maria's handbag was probably at its most unguarded when she was sleeping. In that case, in addition to me, George Ainke and Jessica are also suspects. George Ainke or Jessica was a culprit? Or maybe an accomplice? All of our parents had been killed, right? And yet, one of us consented to that and assisted with the crime? We had lamented, mourned, and shed tears in chapel. And yet, one among us has been lying? No way! The theory of yours about taking the key out of the handbag and putting it back took us a pronounced suspicion in the cousins, did it not? Quite impressive. In spite of that, you managed to act like you didn't notice. And spoke your theory with such a gusto. Damn it, that doesn't guarantee that one of a family or the servants is a culprit. If you snuck up on us hiding in the cardboard box, for example, there's a good chance you could have snuck into our room when we were fast asleep and stolen the key, right? That would also be acceptable in this instance. By suspecting me as a guest, an 18th person, you won't have to suspect them. But then, what will you do about the lock in Jessica's room? It's no trouble at all for me to open the lock with magic, but of course, I don't have a master key. If you deny my magic, you also have to deny that I'm a suspect, you realize? And what that entails is suspect one of you 18. Thanks for the lovely explanation. I've been able to sort things out a bit. My goal is to pursue how the 18th person with the human guest Beatrice committed this crime. If I do that, I won't have to suspect anyone. If you can do that, yes. Foolish man. A room like this never needed to be locked room at all. After all, there are a total of 6 keys that can open it. And there are several who possesses those keys. You can suspect any of them. Suspect as much as you like. But you went to all trouble of denying all of those and made it the locked room yourself. So true? Real? Hold on. Let's check who has a key. We have key, Jessica's key, 1, Shannon's key, 2, Karen's key, 2, Shannon's key, 3, Genji's key, 4, Goda's key, 5, and Kumasawa's key, 6. Okay. We know where Jessica's and Karen's keys are. Right here. What if we ask everybody to show us their key? How about that? Hold on, I need to relocate a little bit. I'm super cold. It's so cold in here. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Oops. But you went to all the trouble denying all of those and made it a locked room yourself. Understand? This is a locked room born from your mental contraction. There is no one else, you closed the door yourself. So accept that a witch opened it with magic, or accepted that someone I know is a culprit. Those are my two options, you're saying? Ouch. Hold on. Fucked up my headphones? Damn, are you trying to fork the rook? I merely wanted to show you that this move also exists. So what will you do, Shinomiya Batterer? Batoru? Isn't it a truly simple problem? You just have to make sacrifices of this overly self-confident cook and that hog who should have died years ago. Damn it. Hold on, I need to check something again. Okay. You know what? Let's take a break. I'm probably gonna stream like for a while more. I thought I need to end soon, but it seems like I actually don't. Let's take a break. Be right back, I guess. Oh, my phone is also on charging. I need to put my phone on the charge. Not forget to do this. Be right back in like 5 minutes. Take care. Brush your teeth or something. I don't know. Oh, I'm not back. Exactly. We're waiting until my milk gonna boil so I could do some hot chocolate for myself. So let's just hang out for a little bit. And then I continue reading. Maybe I'm gonna stream for like half an hour. She said an hour ago the same thing. Now let me build some space station. We need tellurium mining, lithium, iron. Another lighter. And more radium too, why not? Helium character. Oh, we do need more helium. We need fuel depot. 5 hours? Excuse me? Uranium. Why the fuck do I need uranium for? Why the fuck? Trying to find where to get some uranium. Oops. Oh shit! I forgot, we started to get electricity problems near the evening for some reason again. Because some cunt probably stealing our electricity again. This is so unfair. God, I hate being poor. Being poor is so annoying. Like, every time you just get some insane shit. Hold on, let me turn on my shit. Yeah, sorry, now you can see my face while I'm complaining. Ah! I fucked it up 2 times. Sorry. Oh no! What? What's happening? Why everybody's? Oh no! People are dying. Uh-oh. What? Why is people dying? Guys, stop dying! Suddenly, a lot of people just died. Cool. Why everybody dying? Oh shit. Okay. Good one. Good one. Oh, because of what? Shit. They just kill a lot of people. Uh-oh. Okay. Whatever. It's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting better a little bit. Why the fuck? All of them suddenly died. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this didn't help. Oh shit! My milk made a sound. Let me go check it. Somebody made a mess and just leave it in my room. And it wasn't me, and I can't put it back because it's a lot of shit to put and I didn't create this mess, so I'm not cleaning it. God, I hate leaving. How the fuck am I losing knowledge? Okay, fuck this game. Oh! Freak. I wish I could show you my lilies that I had for a really long time. Actually started blooming on my window. That's awesome. They're like pretty red color, but not like animal lilies. It just... Imagine a lily and it's just red color. Not animal lilies that like creepy. Oh, there's new regloss clover. That's interesting. Somebody's streaming right now. Somebody good streaming right now. That's an interesting time slot that I'm using. To be fair, my time slot like sucks severely because probably people, not a lot of people, are wake up at this time. Not a lot of English speaking people. Because I wake up and, you know. If I wanted, I should probably, I mean, if I could, I should probably always stream in the mornings, but I can't. If I had a choice, I would always stream in the mornings because it seemed like he's on streaming. That's it. Nobody else? Oh, it's actually true. A lot of like Japanese YouTubers stream in the time slots that I'm streaming, which is kind of funny. Which is kind of funny because I'm not pandering to any Japanese audience whatsoever. I'm not pandering to any audience at all, if we are fair. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be back to streaming. It's streaming actually were containing a lot of happiness for me. And I'm glad I'm back. Ooh, it made a sound again. Maybe we can hear it then. Okay, I'm going to go check on my milk and make myself a good cocoa, and I'm back certain, and we continue reading. I spilled my milk. Uh-oh. Jesus Christ. Whatever. I made myself hot cocoa. Yay. Good music. Oh no, it's not good music. Damn it. I also put a really tough bun in the microwave and it became really soft. It's awesome. God, I'm gonna eat the mic. Please don't listen. What take? This pastry fucking sucks. Holy shit. This house chocolate is good though. At least something. It's not like something fancy, it's just instant hot chocolate. It's still fine. And it's milk. This milk is tasty too, because milk I drank before was like garbage, which is wild. How can you make a milk garbage? It has such a weird, kind of fruity aftertaste. Nah, disgusting. Syrup, 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 syrup. Okay, last time, and I'm ready. Oh, it feels good. It's so hot in here. It feels. I mean, it's so cold in here. It feels so good to drink something hot. Sorry, wrong button. Damn it! So, if I suspect Gora-san and Kumasawa-san, everything's fine? That's no good. I can't think of Gora-san as a culprit. I can't think of Kumasawa-san as a culprit. But I won't accept you. Ever. In that case, they would have to enter the room without using magic or master key. Kill Jessica and Conan, and even erase Kyle's corpse without using magic. How could it be done? How could it be done so that you can't deny me and not suspect anyone at the same time? Time for some inside bullshit from Butter. Resign. What? Huh? Butterkun, what did you say? I give up. I was able to prove that Kanekun couldn't have locked this door, but that doesn't mean I was able to figure out who killed Jessica. No, that's more than enough. For doing all that for Kanekun. Thank you very much. I don't want thanks. After all, that means that you're under suspicion too. And sorry, Auntie Rosa. It's not like I wanted to define towards you. I don't want to die either, and I want to find Dad and the rest through killer. Sorry for saying something that wasn't cooperative. No, it's alright. I was also a little rash. Let's make up. As auntie and nephew, we have to be friendly with each other, right? Auntie Rosa shifted the gun to one hand and held out her other hand. I reached out, and for the time being, we shook hands. Auntie's gaze was sharp. In order to deny the witch, she would make anyone a sacrifice. That's what her eyes told me. And me? I denied the witch. But I wasn't prepared to lose anything. I was probably the one who thought himself most ready to fight and the one standing farthest from the truth. I usually really like this mentality for characters who are like, yeah, I don't want just to have everything good. I also want to have everybody alive, and I also like want to have everything that I can. I love this type of characters. The example is Miles Morales in the last Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie. Did I say that right? The second movie. Even though I don't really like how this movie was written, I really like the one good thing from this movie is Miles' character, and and the gist of his character is like, I don't want just that, I also want it all. And it's really cool. I love that. With Jessica's death, it became certain that the culprit was hiding somewhere nearby and that they would come after our lives as a head chance. According to Gadget-san, when tomorrow morning comes, the boat should arrive. The boat was a radio too. We'll probably be able to contact the police immediately with that. We all gathered in parlor and decided to wait quietly until tomorrow. I proposed that we should search throughout the mansion for clues about the culprit, but Auntie Rosa rejected that, saying if we put pressure on the culprit to provoke them, it might lead to the third murder. It was probably the right thing to do. Even if a bunch of amateurs like us investigated, there is no way we'd find anything. It would be wisest to focus on protecting ourselves without doing anything unnecessary and leave it to the police after tomorrow. We had been tense in the beginning, but other than Auntie Rosa, most of us had spent all morning watching TV, and we were getting bored, so our sense of danger had grown much less intense. Really? I didn't believe this could happen. When we thought about it, even though there suddenly had been 6 adults killed at once in the first murder, that made us imagine that some black-handed method, like poison, had been used. And in the second murder, it was though that those two had become sacrifices because they were unfortunately isolated from the rest of us. From this, we imagined that there weren't a great number of culprits, and they didn't have the ability to kill this large group gathering in the parlor all at once. If I were Beatrice, and I were orchestrated shit like that, I would just, like, dynamite some building and make them separated and kill them one by one. I don't know. Right now, in this parlor, there was Goro Aniki and me, Maria, Auntie Rosa, Genji-san, Goro-san, Shannon-kan, Shannon-san, Kumasawa-san, and finally Dr. Nanjo. A total of 9 people were here. I feel like this is the largest, like, I don't think it's, I forgot the word. Yeah, I don't think it's, what's the word? Plot hole? I don't think it's a plot hole, but if you were a witch and you need to prove to a person that you are actually a witch and there is like some magical shit going on, you wouldn't actually like do all this murder mysteries. You would just like show off your power in this setting. That's all. Like, right? Like, you can do zombie apocalypse here, or you can do some insane shit. You can change the era when they are right now. You can send them to space. You can do whatever you want, but you're still just holding to this narrative of it being like a murder mystery shit. That makes me think that maybe there is no magic here after all. It's like my hugest concern. Furthermore, Auntie Rosa was even armed with a gun. Surely, with this many people staying in this room, they wouldn't be able to touch us easily. That feeling of security, along with the passage of time, allowed us to recover from the shock of that morning bit by bit. Incidentally, lunchtime had just ended for us. However, it had been a canned food lunch, a far cry from last night's dinner which Shikoda-san had skillfully made for us. Auntie Rosa too has suspected that the position has been used in a number of 6 people, so we probably couldn't deny the possibility that the culprit had snuck into the kitchen during all the confusion in the morning and mixed poison in with the ingredients here. Ouch, sorry. Sorry, I'm munching anyone. This is really bad pastry. How could they make it so bad? Jesus Christ. At least it's the last one. Sorry, I was chewing. As a cook, Goda-san must have felt really let down. Although he wanted to display his skills anyway, he said that he at least wanted to bring the plates and pile them up with canned food. At first, Auntie Rosa has been reluctant, examining each one of the plates that were brought, but she hadn't been able to find anything to complain about. The Goda-san sheep's big canned food combo lunch has become a reality. Goda-san had said something about taste being savored not just with the tongue, but with the eyes too. I found myself agreeing. It had been the same kind of food we ate for breakfast, but it felt like something completely different. Butler! Look! Here, wolves in a sheep puzzle. I forgot about it. As I was sitting lazily on the sofa with no desire to watch TV, Maria came over, pulled the picture book out of her handbag, and held it out for me as she said that. What is it, book? Wolf and sheep puzzle? Let's have a look and see. Wolves and sheep puzzle. It was a phrase that Auntie Rosa had said this morning when we had gone to call on Jessica. At the time, I hadn't known what it meant, and then after that, there was an uproar when Jessica's body was found, so I forgot about it completely. Yeah, me too. The book that Maria held out to me looked like a frayed picture book or something that has been translated. Opening it, I could tell that the book contained an assortment of puzzles. But there are several wolves and sheep, okay? And the puzzles is to take them to the other side using the boat. I've never heard of a game with the rules like this. So this is that, but with wolves and sheep? Melody Inst. Where? It was a very simple puzzle, passed on from long ago. Let's try one of the problems. On the right bank there was 2 wolves and 2 sheep. There is a boat that as many as 2 animals can ride on, and using it you have to move all 4 of them to the opposite left bank. And there are 2 rules. I'm thinking how I would play it. There are 2 rules. The first is regarding the board. It can be paddled by wolves or sheep, or even just by one animal on its own. But it can only hold up to 2. The second is regarding the wolves. When they are greater in number than the sheep in that location, they attack the sheep and game's over. Doesn't you... For example, at the start of a game, both sheep ride the boat and go to the other side. Then one sheep gets off and the other goes back. Oh, the problem is that you always need somebody to ride back. Yeah. So at first you transfer to wolves, you drive wolf back, then you take one sheep. Oh, no, they're gonna die. Fuck, it's really hard to... I kinda wanna solve this one. When it goes, there's 2 wolves on the first bank, and a single sheep returns here. When that happens, there are more wolves, so the sheep is attacked and its game's over. On either bank, or even the boat, there must not be more wolves than sheep. It's a puzzle about how to startle them across in a boat under this condition. By the way, the right answer is, on the first turn, move both wolves to the opposite bank. Yeah, I thought about it. Then 1 wolves come back. On the second turn, moves 2 sheep. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Then the wolves come back. And the third turn, put the last wolf on the right bank and the wolves. Yeah. Fourth way, there may be the same number of wolves and sheep in a boat or on either side, but that isn't the problem. You only lose when the number of wolves is greater. Why people texting me? Jesus Christ. This book symbolizes it using wolves and sheep, but there are possibly lots of people who know this game with a different symbolism. No, it was always wolves and sheep for me. Oh, there's also wolf, sheep, and a guy, right? And there's more complicated rules, like you can leave a wolf and a sheep, or a guy and a wolf, or something like that. It looked like Maya wanted to test whether I too could solve the puzzle she knew how to solve, and she kept showing me different pages saying, solve this one, and that sounds hard. I loved puzzles when I was a kid. I love puzzles and I love like crosswords, magazines. I had a lot of those. What had been happening when Auntie Rosa had said the name of this puzzle? That's right. When we decided to go call Jessica, we had been talking about how many men should go, and Auntie Rosa mentioned the wolves and sheep puzzle and said that we should all go together. Wait a sec. That would only mean one thing. She suspected people through us, yeah. Auntie Rosa was saying that there are wolves among us. Wolves among us. And when the number of wolves and sheep is balanced, we are safe. But when a situation comes up where that isn't the case, the wolves will bear their fangs. Is that what she's thinking? At the time we have found their parents' corpses, Auntie Rosa was already suspecting that the servants might be wolves. While she didn't know whether it was all of them or just some, she had sniffed out the possibility that wolves were hiding among them. Well, yeah. The murder scene was pretty damn elaborate. It's easy to imagine that there were multiple culprits. And considering that she had that idea already in mind when we went to Jessica's room, where Jessica's been alone with a servant, Kanan, and had been killed, it isn't hard to imagine why Auntie Rosa was suspected the servant so persistently. All you servants, Goro-san is going to the kitchen to wash the dishes. Just in case, would you please all go with him? My apologies, everyone. Let's go as a group. Shannon, Kumasawa, let's go. Yes, yes, coming. Well then, George-san, excuse me for now. Okay, take care. Auntie Rosa, could I go as well? I'm sorry, you should remain here, George-kun. There's something I want to talk about you. Is that so? Sorry, Shan. Always take care. Don't be alone. Yes. Excuse me, Dr. Nanjo. I wanted to consult with you about something. Yes, what that may be? The servants put the dishes and empty cans in the suricant and started to head out into the corridor. Behind them, Auntie Rosa was talking to Dr. Nanji about something in a small voice. Alright, I will go. Yes, if you don't mind. Dr. Nanji closed the book he had been reading, stole from the sofa, and followed after the servants. Auntie Rosa stuck her head out in the hallway. Did she just sacrifice Dr. Nanjo? By that logic, or is she considered Dr. Nanjo a servant? Auntie Rosa stuck her head out into the hallway, and after watching them leave completely, she closed the door. She spoke. Listen, everyone. Now everyone here is Ushiramiya. Yeah, Ushiramiya is the wolves. TBH. Yeah, that is true. So you're saying that you chased all of the wolves? Auntie Rosa? With that one sentence, Auntie Rosa's gaze grew sharp. Apparently she had picked up on my sardonic tone. Auntie Rosa laughed lightly. You might sure work fast, Butler-kun. I like clever kids. You mean there's less to explain? Butler? Smart? Can you solve this? Hard one on the page 64. 64. Maria, sit here watching TV for a while. Mom wants to talk with Butler-kun and George-kun. Auntie Rosa, I've heard about the Vazel from Butler-kun. I don't think it's a bad way to be careful, but I think it's being too suspicious isn't good either. Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck what I think. Whether the real culprit is Beatrice or not, I think there's a reason for us to suspect that the servants are in a league with her. In the first murder, there were Nissan and the others were killed. They'd been given a very brutal treatment, right? Did it look like something that could be done alone? Maybe our mystery guest Beatrice worked all night and did it all. And the incident with the master key involving the door to Jessica's room? Isn't that the proof that one of the servants was involved? Only Master Key could have locked the door to Jessica's room. In that case, we can only suppose that one of the servants locked it. No. Wait. Flip over the chessboard. That's strange, Auntie Rosa. After killing Jessica, why did the culprit go to all the trouble of locking the door? It was inevitable that the owner and the master key were going to be suspected if they did that. Yes, so true. There was no need to deliberately lock the door. That's right. It's just as Butler could say. They have no reason to deliberately go and do something that makes themselves suspicious. Yeah, this is an interesting thought. Of course, I also thought that. She only one step ahead. Is that so? Then the person who locked it wanted to cast a suspicion on the servants and lock the door without the master key. But that's impossible, right? That's right. If there was a trick that could lock the door without a master key, that would be a good disguise aimed at casting doubt on the servants. If the culprit wanted to isolate us and attack us one by one, and this trick was very effective, one that could even give rise to paranoia. However, there was no way to lock the door without using the master key. How can you make the claim that there is no way to lock the door without using the master key? Isn't that the devil's proof like Rudolf Nissen was talking about? Maybe it was locked by a method we can't think of. Even if we can't think of it, that doesn't disprove that there was some unknown trick. Well, sure, but so is that it? The suspicious ones are guilty? I don't know the practical details on the trick, but I have a general idea. My apologies, but if we suppose that Kankun was a culprit, it can be explained extremely easy. Like all of these parts that make... whatever, I don't know. Even as to why there were no corpse. Huh? But Karan-kun wasn't holding a master key, right? Putting aside the other servants, at least Karan-kun shouldn't have been able to lock the door. I see. So that's why you told us to search the closet and everywhere else, right? After we entered Jessica's room. Oh, so she thinks that Karen killed her and then disappeared through the other door. Okay. Auntie Rosa, you might work faster than I could imagine judging by your normal appearance. Yeah, well, I maybe agree with all of that, but Beatrice sent me in a red text that this is that. Beatrice sent me in the red text that there's only 6 keys and there's no other door, and then while door is locked, nobody can go in and out. So, what are you doing? The brain spread of a little sister is always the biggest sister minus one. I feel glad that there is no one I need to worry about now. Georgianki realized she was referring to Aunt Eva. It seems a little disturbed how he could take that nasty remark. I'm sorry. Could you explain it so that I can understand? Karan-kun's master key was in Jessica's Chan pocket, closed up inside the locked room. After the door was locked, it should have been impossible for him to pull a stunt like putting it in her pocket from the outside the room. That's not a tiny key. If it was done in a way Auntie Rosa imagines, the trick could be only used by Karan-kun. And the door could be locked without a key, while the master key is still in Jessica's pocket. And as a result, his corpse would also disappear. How? How would they lock the door without a key? It's simple. George-kun, when you return home, you lock the door, right? You twist the knob, click, right? Huh? Could it be... No, but Karan-kun wasn't anywhere. It looked like you got it, Aniki. That's what Auntie Rosa was searching inside the room for. She was searching for Karan-kun, who had locked the door from inside, stuck the key in Jessica's pocket, and was hiding somewhere, waiting for us to go away. Well, how is this all important? Is Beatrice lying to us after all? Because if you think about it, there's only important parts that they present to us in a story. That means all of this is important somehow, but isn't it all bullshit and doesn't resemble reality? I mean, they lack crucial evidence to building these theories is kinda worthless. The simplest locked room trick. In other words, to hide inside the locked room after committing the murder. And if he could get out after those who discovered the body left, it would create a perfect locked room murder. I'm sorry. We searched his room, but we couldn't find anything. But that doesn't mean that the rule out something like a secret hidden passage in this room was only the servant know about. I don't know where they might be hidden. But if we assume that there was a hidden passage, we can say for certain that it's impossible for anyone except him. And there's not. You know, that line of reasoning, it was the first thing I thought of too. It is the reason I hate the most. I wanted to destroy at the very beginning. Karen was killed in this room, yes? Because you seem to suspect Karen as a culprit, you made me repeat this to destroy that possibility right away. I understand. So, this is what I thought next. The theory that there were actually 3 people in that room. Jessica and Karan-kun were victims, and the culprit that guessed Beatrice was also there with them. You wanted to make it the human me who committed the crime without using magic. I see. A strange theory that fits you perfectly. I guess that you killed those people, then locked the door from inside. And you carried Karan-kun's corpse using some secret method that normal people wouldn't notice. In other words, you used a secret door to escape. But you told me it in red. You said that there is no types of hidden doors in this room. Indeed. No secret passage exists unknown to you all. Oh. Was it Nox or was it Van Dyne? It seems that in the mystery novels there must never be hidden passages, no matter what. I also follow this etiquette. In other words, even without having to thoughtfully search the room, great detectives can stare with confidence that there is no secret passages. You would have it so easily with the little detective games. You're having fun. You know what I would love to see? I would love to go to fucking old ass castle and for this castle to have just so much hidden doors. I would love to walk on something like this. And they're like giving you a tour, and in the tour they just showing you not the rooms but the secret passages between those rooms. It would be awesome. That would be like just dreamy shit to do. Damn you, talking so big. Thanks. Thanks to which agreement, I can say for sure that this room doesn't have a hidden door without searching the whole thing. And also they would like explain to you how every of these passages would work, and from like engineering perspectives that would be so cool. I would love some tourist shit like that. Maybe it's kind of bad taste, but you know, whatever. Indeed, there are no hidden doors in this room. Like, why is this worded like that? What's with this wording? She's like doing some genie shit. Like, honey, what is this? Why can't you be just clear without all this garbage? There's no way to get in or out other than the door and the windows. You didn't say that at first, but whatever. Which means the theory Auntie Rosa is so confident in is wrong. To be fair, I would be at much ease if everything Beatrice said in the red text is actually true, but I don't believe it. Plus, frustratingly, it's impossible to disprove this theory. If you, the witch, say in red there is no hidden doors, then it's settled. However, no matter how much human like me try to argue against her, Auntie Rosa probably won't accept it. Humans can't prove there is no hidden door. It's a devil's proof. Damn. Sure convenient being a witch. No way! You're calling Kanon-kun the culprit because of a hidden doors that we don't even know exist. I can't accept that. Oh shit. I was like, just show her the body. Just found the body. Beatrice need to just show her the body. But if she sees body anywhere outside of the room, that means her theory is only to be confirmed. Okay. I can accept that. If you can accept that, tell me some reasoning that's easier to accept. Then? There is none. I've been thinking the whole time. There is nothing but this. Yet again, Rosa is so arrogant. Judge-kun, you had a good relationship with Shannon-chan, right? So you think it would be hard for you to accept that all of the servants are the culprits. I also don't want to believe that Shan-chan is one of the culprits. But whether it's all of them or not, the culprit, or maybe an accomplice, is definitely in a group. You must not fail to see that. If you thought that there were more wolves in addition to Kanon-kun, then causing that uproar by saying that Kanon-kun was a culprit in Jessica's room was to see the servants' reaction? Yeah, that's right. As a result, I began to suspect them even more. Really? How? I'm certain there are wolves among the servants. Certain. And just like the wolves in the sheep puzzle, while they are normally docile, I can't read it, I'm sorry. They will surely attack if they get the chance. Jessica-chan was a lone sheep in a boat. In that puzzle, they may not attack when there was a balance between wolves and sheep, but our puzzle is different. Depending on the opportunity and the number of people, they attack even if there is a balance. Just like when Jessica-chan was killed. There's something I don't like. In that case, Sharon, who you sent to the kitchen, is a dangerous situation, isn't she? We should also go to the kitchen right now, no matter who might or might not be Wolf. If we can form a balance by gathering together, I think we should maintain that. Sharon-chan went to see father along with Genji-san. She was isolated then, but she wasn't killed. Because Genji-san wasn't a wolf either? No. Because they were both wolves. Sharon isn't the kind of person who would take part in a crime. Even if it's you, Auntie Rosa, I cannot ignore that. I demand that you take back. I demand that you take back. Fuck. I demand that you take back what you just said. I'm sorry. I had to say this is sort of Anki, but that argument feels just like something Antiva would say. If we can argue back, then you automatically assume that you're right. Look like you can't fight your blood after all, Auntie. Even I don't think of myself as a prize worthy right now. But you know what? I'm a mother. I would ever become a demon to protect Maria's safety. Honestly speaking, I wish I could just shut myself away somewhere alone with Maria. But I also plan to act as a mother to you two. Right now, you're as good as my children. You may not be my own children, but I won't forsake you. I'm so interested. What's gonna happen to Rosa next time? She's probably gonna die right in the beginning or something. And this character development wouldn't be that... Sure, thanks. I just want to warn you not to be careless as your mother. Always remain where I can see you. I will protect you. And at the same time, you'll be observing us to make sure we aren't wolves. Yeah, thanks a lot for that. Can you prove that you aren't a wolf yourself? Yeah, I can. That's a quick answer. How? What's this? This is my proof. Auntie Rosa held a gun and pointed the barrel at me. But it was only for an instant. She immediately lowered the gun, laughing impishly. But to me, the time I spent staring down the barrel of a gun had felt like an eternity. Meh. How does the gun prove that you aren't actually a culprit, Auntie Rosa? Because she would kill you right now. Why are you dumb here, George? Think about it. What if I were the culprit? Do you think I would let by this once-in-a-lifetime chance I got with the servants left? Yeah, but you have a gun. If there would be two bodies with a gun wounds in them, you would surely be like lynched by the sheeps next? No? It doesn't make a lot of sense, honey. I could just shoot you both, bang, and that's all left is to come with a fitting excuse. Something like, Beatrice appeared outside the window and shot us with a gun. It would never work. I would calmly fire 2 shots back at her and throw the 2 shots worth of empty carriages onto the floor. That's a crazy wild argument, but it does make sense. It doesn't. There's something Kraus Nissan often used to say. Might makes right. I wonder if this proves that. I'm sorry, you two. I've lost a lot of my composure after all these crimes since morning. I know you know how I normally am, so right now I may seem on edge and a little short-tempered. But understand, I want to protect you from the malicious culprit. I will become a demon to do this. That's all there is to it. I'm sorry for saying something that's angered you. Butler-kun, George-kun, let's make up. George Anki was wearing an unsatisfied expression. He probably wouldn't forgive the damage done to Shannon's honor. What about me? Several bits of the circumstantial evidence hint strongly at the servant's participation. I don't want to believe that one of them is a culprit, or possibly colluding with a culprit. But in the current situation, there is nothing but wishful thinking. Who should I believe? In the first place, who is the culprit? Are there accomplices? If so, how many? I feel like I'm constantly only suspecting the people connected to all this. I find myself quickly forgetting about the 19th person. The guest Beatrice, who came yesterday and boldly called herself the Golden Witch. I haven't actually seen her face. I've heard that she's like a double of a witch in a portrait. Because I haven't seen her directly, no matter how hard I try, I can't really feel like there is There are 18 people on this island, so I easily slip into the illusion that the culprit is one of the 18. Damn it. Come out, Beatrice. If you are the bad guy, then act like a bad guy and show yourself, laughing in a high-pitched voice and looking down on us. Just like a bad guy in one of those dramas who, even once they're exposed as a culprit, aggressively says, "Is there any proof?" Is there any proof? Shut up! You keep your trap shut for a minute! That was nice. Love that. There were 5 humans in the kitchen, but it was very quiet, filled only with the sounds of rain. It was only accented by the sound of Shannon and Kumasawa washing the dishes. Goro was using the leftovers from breakfast and lunch as ingredients for the servant soup. Rosa was suspected that poison might have been added to the food, so they had decided to eat canned food and hadn't really been feeling. But Goro thought that she was being too careful. So he was spontaneously creating a soup to be served only to those who wanted to eat it. She and Kumasawa were washing the dishes that the food has been arranged on. On the inside, Dad thought maybe Goda should be the one to wash them, since he'd be the one who wanted the food and the plates in the first place, but they left the complaints unsaid for the time being. Genji and Nanji were... what the fuck? Genji and Nanji were facing each other across the crude chess set, which had seen many years. It had only just begun, and because the opening game of the experienced players had been endlessly refined, it looked like a ritual where they just move specified pieces in a specified order. That's why I don't like chess. That's a nice aroma. You wouldn't get this from a canned food. It was made only from sealed ingredients, so there won't be any poison mixed in. I have made enough for everybody, so please eat, if you want to. Of course, I will also taste for poison. Please feel secure and eat. That really is nice aroma. Koda-san, you make ship servants' meals really delicious. It's natural that you can create delicious food if you buy delicious ingredients. My teacher taught me that perfecting your ability to make delicious food from whether it's in hand is what makes you a true cook. That was a good teacher. Thanks to him, it looked like I shall be able to enjoy some truly delicious soup. Although, it's a shame that it was made from ingredients intended for all of the family members to eat. Fuck you, Genji! Jesus Christ! I'm sure that Rosa-san is also tired after everything that happened this morning. It is only natural. But thanks to that, we got to eat some soup made from delicious ingredients. Ho ho ho. Yeah, at least you eat some tasty food before you die. Rosa had fervently told everyone that they didn't realize the danger they were in and that they must suspect the poison was mixed in with the food. The atmosphere in this place had led to their agreement, but their hunger wouldn't be overcome by the momentarily emotion. Ironically, it would become a soup that we normally wouldn't be able to savor. If possible, I would like to also serve it to everyone in this parlor, but... seeing as that goes against Rosa-sama's instruction, you'd better not. Those who want to eat it can do so. Ho ho ho, skillfully taking a breather when no one is looking is one of the things you learn as a servant, after all. Kumasawa laughed loudly and Shannon got laughed with her. It seems that, in the area where only their fellow servants were gathered, they could be very relaxed. Shannon didn't like Goda's occasional dishonesty, but she knew that there was no falsehood in his childish smile when he cooked, nor in his desire that people enjoy his food. So even though it was a little aggravating to be made to wash the dishes, she couldn't really hate him. Whatever. However, they couldn't have dreamed that Rosa was calling them wolves in the parlor at exactly the same moment they were spending their time peacefully like this. At the time, several of the servants heard the sound like something was being dragged, and then a trump. What? When the servant was out carrying a mound of trash bags on a rainy day, or doing some work in a raincoat, it would create exactly the kind of noise and presence as they returned and hovered around the back door. So after hearing the sound, at first none of them noticed anything out of the ordinary. But they quickly realized, in a situation where everyone was either in the kitchen or in the parlor, who in the world was at the back door? As the servants all looked at each other, they checked to make sure that each one of them knew what that sound meant. Who could it be? The servants knew the mansion layout well, so they understood how unimaginable it would be for someone from the parlor to actually go outside in this typhoon, go all the way around and come up to this back door. Then, was it Kinza? They found it even more difficult to imagine that Kinza, who never left his study even under normal conditions, would dash out into the middle of the typhoon for no apparent reason and come to the back of a house where only low-class people come in and out. That wasn't our imagination, wasn't it? Oh, Shun and Kumasawa grew close together, fearful looking at the back door. Who is this? As Godo fearfully approached the back door, he called out, and he checked with his eyes the location of a butcher's knife set on a nearby sink. He didn't pick it up yet, because there was still a possibility that this was a member of a family. However, that possibility wasn't possible. There was no reason from across the door to Godo-san's initial question. Maybe his voice had been so quiet that it hasn't reached through all the winds at right-hand side. Genji-san. Yes. Stand back to Dr. Nadia and the woman. Who in the world could it be? Genji took a knife with a classical design from a stationary box placed nearest the chest set. It is something to be used instead of a paper knife to open envelopes for invoices and bills. But it was fundamentally a knife, so the blade on it could injure someone. Genji hid it in his sleeve with a well-practiced manner. Uh-oh. Then he too approached the back door and signaled to Godo with a silent nod. Uh-oh. Hold on, do I have anything to save? Oh, I need to save the game. Let's save the game. Save. If something happens, at least I don't need to recheck everything. So, I don't know. There's a huge possibility that my PC would, like, just shut down now because of electricity theft. God, I hate electricity thieves. But you know, let's just continue. Godo cautiously approached the back door and slowly started to open it. Oh no, it's fine. Electricity back. What? The figure of a person suddenly shuffled in the side, landing on its knees and fell over. So is this canon or is it Hinza? The figure was soaked with rain, smeared with mud, and drenched with blood. Kanan-kun? Kanan-kun! Kanan, are you alright? Dr. Nadia? He was Kanan. His breath was feeble. In the puddles of mud, what? So is she lying? What is she doing? In the piles of mud he left quickly became drenched bright red. When Nadia held him and turned him face up, there was a deep, gruesome scar right in the center of his chest, although he had been run through with a spear or something. Even now, deep red blood poured out from here. This is horrible. What shall we do? First aid kit? First aid kit? Karen-san, put your hand against the wound. Please, push firmly. Let's carry him to the bed in the servants' room. Everyone, please lend a hand. Come now, Karen-san. Please hang in here a little longer. Hang in here. It's alright now. So don't take your hand from the wound. Anyway, let's carry him to the servants' room. Why is she lying to me? What is going on? Kumasawa, inform Rosa-sama that we have found Kanan. So does Beatrice and Beatrice and Butler see it? I don't think so. I think Beatrice and Butler only see what Butler from this world is doing. Oh, wait, not Rosa-sama. Please wait. Karen-kun said not Rosa-sama. What do you mean, Karen-kun? Not now. Let's carry him to the servants' room quickly. Kumasawa, don't tell Rosa-sama yet. We'll do it after we hear the situation from Kanan. Yes. But appearing in this horrible state, he had said not to tell Rosa. That could only mean something very disquieting. An eerie sense of panic rose to their faces. Come now, everyone. Let's hurry and carry him. Quickly, quickly! Karen's wound was unbelievably deep. And judging from Nanja's pale face, it was almost a miracle that he is still conscious. That's horrible. It appears that he had been stabbed with something like a spear. If it hasn't reached the lungs, it might have been able to do something. Anyway, stop the bleeding. No matter how much Nanja tried to wipe off his crushing deep red blood, he couldn't wipe it if he couldn't wipe it all away. And each time the wound was aggravated, causing Karen to cry in anguish. Karen-kun, he ain't here. Dr. Nanja, a new towel. How horrible. What is his condition? In all honesty, it is so severe that I cannot believe he is alive. Maybe the location of the stab was fortunate, but the blood loss is too horrible. A blood transfusion is necessary, but that was impossible until tomorrow. Rosa-sama. She... Wow. Okay, I really dislike the sound. I don't know if you hear it or not. But it's my little generator making sounds that we don't have enough power. Maybe I should end it here. I did 4 hours on my first day after returning from hiatus. So it's pretty good, right? And I probably need to end soon anyway, so that's pretty good. 4 hours, we did it. Let me save it again on the save file. If you watched, thank you so much for watching. I'll be returning on this week, maybe once or twice more. Don't know where, don't know when. Thank you so much for watching again. See you next time. Bye bye.